Good morning, friends. Welcome in. Hello. Loki, thank you for the prime, dude. Ray, welcome in. Hello. We got stuff to look at. How's everyone doing, man? Long time no see. I'm excited to check out the update. I'm excited. We're going to get right into it, man. We're going to, I'm not going to go through like the whole patch list. I will just kind of show it on screen when we switch over. And then we have a trailer to watch, and then we're just going to get into it. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So let's do it. The patch list is super long. This is very true. This is very, very true. Hey, Spooky, welcome in. Shower, thank you for the 13 months. Spork, thank you for the 4 months. Hello. Turn to Page, thank you for the 6. Hello, friends. All right. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Hi, Mr. Killiam. I spooped my pants in the update already. I don't know what that means. That could mean so many things, Mr. Kill, and we're just gonna wait to see it ourselves and see what happens to my pants, I guess. I don't know, I'm not really sure. How early is it in flash time? It is 8 in the morning for me. Yeah. 8 in the mornings. Yeah. Hello, friends. How we doing? Wear a second pair. See? Kill's always like 100 like feet ahead, you know? Way to go, Frank. What'd you do? You getting auto-modded? There's a girl behind you? No, there's not. Stop being so delusional. God. Some people, dude. Oh, my Lanta. Hi, Juju. All right. We're not sticking around here for very long, friends. Oh, no. We've got stuff to look at. Hey, what's up, Demon? Good morning. Band Nerd, hello. Struggling to stay awake. Oh, no. Hope you enjoyed the event. Me too. Me too. So I never had the chance to play Alan Wake. I never did. I just know like the gist. Like I know like roughly what it's about. And this specifically was being said that it is a Alan Wake 2 collab. So we'll see. Frank, I earned this diamond. Yours update now. Nice. All right. 2 p.m. for you. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over. We'll look at the trailer, and then after we look at the trailer, we'll just keep on moving. Sound like a deal? But yeah, there's a list that is a list among lists, if there were lists, of things changed, fixed, whatever. So we've already gone through this. This would technically kind of be almost our third time seeing this. We're not going to go through all this. If you feel so inclined to go look at this, it is there. It is on the Kinetic page. If you want to, I'm just going to do a little slow scroll here that you can always go back, and then you can pause and you can look at it if you so want to. It is up to you, but we're not going to go through all this. Would advise reading the known issues. Okay. That is new. They did not show that on the other stuff. Visual issues may... Oh, God. Hello? Stop. I don't want to see you. Visual issues may be experienced using the angel lamp while holding an EMF reader. Page dropping audio may be heard when solving the... Okay, I almost don't want to read that. I feel like I'm spoiling myself. I'm like reading about things that are added to the game that I haven't even opened the game yet. We'll go back and look at it. How about that? We'll go back and we'll look. Yeah. But let's read through the stuff. Welcome back, Ghost Hunters. A new story has been written. Today, we are excited to release Phasmophobia by Alan Wake, our first in-game collaboration event created in partnership with Remedy Entertainment. With the update now rolling out across all platforms, we're excited for you to experience what's in store. Below, you'll find our launch trailer along with the patch notes. So Why are these all capitalized strangely? Ormos, Morsa Wang. Got it. Nailed it. First shot. First try. Oh, wait, there's a K in the first core. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? That's the first thing you saw. Yeah, it stands out. It stands out pretty good. Interesting. Yeah, the new one-time event starts today. Yeah, we're gonna look at the trailer and then we're gonna open the game. And we're just gonna get into it, man. After I switch over to these. Okay. Let's no. Stop. Stop it. We want a full screen, you beach. Full screen, you beach. There we go. All right. Let's watch the launch trailer for Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 Phasmo collab. Okay, I hear nothing. Is my tab muted? Son of a bitch. Let's try that again. Okay. Is there supposed to be sound here? What is happening? You hear sound? What? Why don't I? You hear the typewriter. I don't hear jack. What is that coming through? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what that's coming. What? It's coming through the desktop and I can't hear the desktop right now. Skill issue. I just don't like your face. I don't like your face at all. Okay. It's just for you guys. Why can't I hear it? What is going on? Audio. We'll translate it for you. Okay. Watch your own stream. Watch the delay. Oh my God. Technology versus old guy. Listen here, whippersnapper. Listen, diapers are in the back. Bawbaws are in the corner. Get out. Get the hell out of here. You remember your first time streaming? Oh, really? When was it? Give me the date. What time did you start streaming? I bet you don't remember. So can we be close? No, you can't be my closed captions. I see the desktop audio is playing, but it is not coming through my speakers. It's not coming through. And I don't understand why. I don't get it. Give me a second. Let me try this again. I'm just gonna do this. Make sure, like, turn it off, turn it back on again. Well, my fear is unplugging audio things and then, because, like, hold on, let me see this. Let me see this. Yeah, it's not coming through my mixer, which is a problem. I know you can hear. That doesn't help me being able to hear it. I'm so glad you guys can hear it. I can't. Is your desktop audio disabled in OBS? It shouldn't be, but let me check. Tis a great question. Desktop audio default. You know what? Let me check this. No. You know what? I have an idea. Maybe my sound source got screwed up. Haha, yes it did. Why did it go to a USB audio? Got it. Got it. Got it. There it is. Now I should be able to hear it. Hey, clicky clacks. Let's go. Tech needs coffee. I have coffee. Make sure my microphone's correct. That's correct. Okay. All is well in the neighborhood. Everybody relax. The old guy figured it out. Okay. Now we can watch the trailer. Shall we? God damn it. I wanted to get it figured out, man. I'm not about to play this game today. Okay. Let's watch the trailer for the Alan Wake Phasmophobia collab. Phasmophobia by Alan Wake. We've been living in a story all along.
I've got some props ready. Props ready for you.
Something had shifted. A darker place seeping into this place.
Oh, did you see the arrows in the clock?
Casting a shadow over it. Overlapping it. This was something else. Only its writer knew what it meant.
Oh. The posters on the wall and stuff? That's
There was something more subtle. A dark and unseen presence pressing against the fabric of reality.
Is that a coffee pot?
The truth was beyond anyone's understanding. They were trapped in a story.
It wants me to watch a DSP detractor video the second that we get away from that. Oh my God. Well, interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. There's some things to have a think about inside of that. There's definitely some things. Phasmophobia by Alan Wake, a writer, a story, a mystery. Uncover the secrets of the dark place in our one-time in-game event that brings the world of Alan Wake 2 to Phasmophobia. Unlock player cosmetics, solve the riddles of the dark place, and much more. Jay, thank you for the raid. Welcome over. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, Art, I didn't sit there and do like a breakdown of that trailer trying to get into it. Yeah. I could do that another time. I want to get into the game. I just wanted to see this real quick and then we get into it, man. Yeah, yeah. Dangerously, thank you for the 3 months. Hold on. I can't hear stuff. Ghost, welcome in. Hello. What are you doing on so early? The update's out. What do you mean, what am I doing on early? But yeah, if you guys, again, if you have not seen the list is there. You're welcome to go look at it. We are not going to go through all of this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No, there's no drops. No. Heater, thank you for the 17 months. Dangerously, thank you for the 3. Now, I know the idea of Alan Wake, but I never had the opportunity to play Alan Wake. So, understanding a little bit of what's going on when it comes to like why there are people that look like shadows, understanding that there's a thing called the dark place. I can't remember the name of I'm trying to remember what the name of the people are whenever like they are, it's like the Taken or something like that. But again, I don't know if that necessarily translates over to Alan Wake 2 as much as it does to the original Alan Wake. The Taken. I was right. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then there's something called the Scratch, which like after in Alan Wake 1 at the end of the game, spoiler alert, I guess, he ends up going to the dark place to try to save his wife, and his body in the real world gets taken over by Mr. Scratch or something like that, who ends up being like some maniac. Yeah. We'll see, man. Listen, a lot of people are going to be going into the game, a lot of people are going to be going into this update not knowing what Alan Wake is or not knowing the story behind it. So hopefully it's a smooth transition for a lot of people. I hope so. The dark place is limbo on drugs. There you go. Probably the easiest explanation I've ever heard. There you go. All right, let's open the game. Let's do it. We're updated. We're ready to rock. Let's go. Oh yeah, no, we saw the code. What we're thinking is people are thinking that might be 2 new ghosties. So we'll see that when we switch over here. We shall see. Played a little bit, so much better. Nice. Nice, nice.
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
This is as soon as you open the game.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I gotta say, as a retro physical media guy, I do love all of the CRTs all over the place. Big fan. Big fan. Very ominous tones. I love that they changed the entire floor. That's cool. Look at the floor. It's all wood now. Still got our messed up rug. That's still there. But yeah, look at this. Now, here's a question. Is this directly from Alan Wake 2? Or is this something that is brand spanking new? That is from 2. Remedy's big on using mixed media in their game. Ooh, I love that. I do like that. Yeah, so that's from 2. That's cool. Directly from. I like that a lot. Oh, I like the fog. I can't tell if it's just our sight or if it still looks like the shoes are on the wrong feet. Maybe it's just the way that it looks, you know, and maybe it's actually okay. Okay, well, let's do a quick little gander around the lobby real fast. Yeah. Oh, we've got page. Oh, I'm gonna have to like screen grab and like get a better look. It almost looks like a script. Very cool though. Okay. I mean, you see obviously all. Ooh, look over there. There's a thingy. Okay, we got a thingy to read. We got a thingy to read. I'll go walk up to it. You can pick some of the papers up. Oh, can you? Some of these look like the papers that we can get inside of like Bleasdale and stuff like that. So let's keep looking around real fast before I go look at that. Oh, I can pick this one up.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me, in more ways than one, but a moose steak is never a mistake.
I do like steak. I like that it automatically starts talking the second you pick it up.
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
That's cool. That's cool.
Something had shifted. The investigators saw immediately. Ghost hunting contracts for GHD were always strange, but this was something else. Beyond the obvious change in the room, the television sets, the chalk drawings, there was something more subtle. A dark, an unseen presence pressing against the fabric of reality, about to rewrite things for an unknowable purpose. The feeling had emanated from the typewriter that had manifested in the middle of the room with faint clacking of keys. More imagined than heard. The story on the page the investigator was now reading, was the description of what was happening to them now. They were trapped in a story.
Ooh, spooky. Okay. 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 Let's finish our gander real quick. Make sure. Okay, literally nothing is ever done up here. That needs to be fixed. There needs to be things up there. I need more explorations. Okay. Oh, this one's different. Is it? No, maybe it's just different timing. No. I think it's just differently timed than those. It looks like the same footage. I'm just making sure that we're not missing things. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. All right. So, very, very interesting. I think we've seen most of what the lobby has, except... Oh, dear diner? Oh, look at the photos. Okay. 3, whatever that animal is, and 20 squigglies. Okay. Cauldron Lake. Coffee World. Oh, this is gonna be the closest we come to getting. This is gonna be the closest that we come to getting a freaking carnival inside of this game. Elderwood Palace Lodge. I like that they changed the names of them. That's cool. That is neat. Okay. Ooh. How the hell do I pronounce Aswang? Dude, listen, I say the wrong names all the time anyway, so we're just gonna keep it rolling by saying these incorrectly too, I'm sure. Aswang and Cormos? Cormos. Cormos. Cormos sounds better. I don't know, in my opinion. Well, let's read about these 2 new ghosts. I don't know if these are here to stay. I don't know if they are just part of the event. I don't know. Do we have new maps? I think that we have decorated maps. If you read the notes while watching the TV, it shows the text on screen. Wait, what? Well, wait, I can't do that again, can I? Because I've already, hold on.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer.
Okay,
He
I'm
took
looking at the
deer to his
TV.
house, and there he made her his wife.
There's no text on the
We
screen.
laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is
What do you
dear to
mean?
me, in more ways than one. But a moose steak is never a mistake.
Yeah, moose steak. What they said. The other one. Oh, this one.
Something had shifted.
Oh.
The investigators saw immediately. Ghost hunting contracts for GHD were
Oh,
always
cool.
strange. But this was something else. Beyond the obvious change in the room, the television sets, the chalk drawings, there was something more subtle. A dark and unseen presence pressing against the fabric of reality,
That's
about
cooler.
to rewrite things for an unknowable
Aswang,
purpose.
you know you want to say.
The feeling had emanated from the typewriter that had manifested in the middle of the room with
Cool.
faint clacking of keys.
That's neat.
More
Thank you for
imagined
pointing
than
that
heard.
out. I would have missed
The
it.
story on the page the investigator was now reading, was the description of what was happening to them now.
Hey,
They
Roland,
were
what's up?
trapped in a story.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, what he said. Okay. Let's go back to the descriptions. Let's look at these real quick. Aswang, rumored to gorge itself on blood and corpses. The Aswang is feral yet capable of blending into urban environments. When they spot their target, Aswangs become faster in pursuit. When they spot their target. Now, I wonder if that means that they have a single target, or if that means if it sees, because I mean, it does, I don't know, it wouldn't make sense for the strength to just be it has line of sight speed up. It would make sense that it speeds up when it sees a particular person. It does sound kind of Banshee-esque. Yeah. Aswang doesn't make any sense for the A to sound like a U, but I could be incorrect. Like I said, I'm just going to say it incorrectly and we're just going to go with it. I think that sounds fine. The weakness, they prefer chasing over searching. Meaning they maybe don't wander too far. Interesting. Okay. And then Cormos. Translating to the one who does not see, the Cormos is blind but uses its heightened hearing to hunt its victims. Is this the ghost that I've been asking for? Cormos have incredibly strong hearing. Cormos are nearly blind. People come in here all the time and they ask, hey, if you could add a ghost to Phasmophobia, what ghost would you add? And the answer that I always gave was, I would like it if there was a ghost that could almost like barely see. And you could be almost out in the open and the ghost just doesn't know you're there. But the second that you make noise, it knows where you are. That is literally this ghost. Oh, they're not going to do it, but I really wish that they would do what they used to do, where with the new ghost, there was a like a higher chance of getting them, so that way you could see them more. That's cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's sick. Like a liquor in Resident Evil. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure. All right, someone said to check out ID card. We'll definitely do that. Let's see if there's anything else here, just in case. I don't know if there is. There might not be. It also might not be. We might I was gonna say we might unlock it with the event itself. Yeah, there it is. Alan Wake's suit jacket. Saga Anderson's FBI jacket. FBI, open up. Love it. Okay. Alan Wake's dress shirt. Ooh, fancy. And then Saga Anderson's sweater. Yeah, we'll get through all the things. We'll get through all the things, I promise. Don't Under Fire, thank you for the 11 months. Urza, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. All right, what about pants? What kind of pants we get? We got Alan Wake's suit pants. We got Saga Anderson's jeans and boots. Oh my God. There's my outfit. That's just me. This is my everyday wear. This is what I wear all the time anyway. We don't know what this is still. And then if we scroll down, oh, look at that. There we go. We have a new card. I guess it's automatically unlocked. Okay, I need to cancel. Hold on. Hold on. I got to back out of this. God dang it. Oh, come on. Hold on. I'm going to try to cheat the system here. Oh my God, it's still saved. What do you mean? Oh, is my ID card on my jacket? Oh, that's a cool touch. Just keep hitting cancel. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. That's cool. I like that. I still wish, now, I don't know. Okay, so you zoom into your face. Hold on. Yeah, you still don't zoom into the part that you're trying to work on, which I kind of wish would be the case. Okay. Well, I've broken it. Okay, there we go. That's good enough for me. Change back the jacket. I thought I had the right jacket on. Yeah, there's something buggy happening with the thing. It's fine. There it is. There it is. I'm not too worried about having these on there, which I could if I wanted to. I just wanted to see without it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the ID badge is cool. I like it. I like it. I mean, it's free. You literally just had to get on the game and you have it. So, I mean, I can't complain too much about that. Can't complain. Okay. All right. Well, let's go look at the event board and see what this tells us. So, Phasmophobia by Alan Wake. You guys have 21 days for this event. 21. Phasmophobia by Alan Wake. Strange pages have been appearing from a manuscript called Phasmophobia. The mysterious author Alan Wake writes about a darkness seeping in, a shadowy presence, another world overlapping with our own. And somehow the fiction written on these pages is becoming reality. The manuscript also describes a group of ghost hunters with the ability to purge the shadows and unravel the mystery. It's up to you to assume the role in the story and protect this reality from the encroaching darkness. Locations. Hey, not quite old, not quite new. Camp Woodwind, Nell's Diner, Bleasdale, Grafton have all become areas of overlap. So, community points. I don't care about community points. I don't know. It's just never been a thing I care about. But I mean, I like the idea of unlocking stuff. That's cool. But the manifestation, ID card, and badge. So is that a different badge than what I just put on? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I guess so. So there's a different badge. Okay. Unless, let me go back in there real quick. Oh no, these are all the staff badges. Oh, there it is. Oh, we can see it. Ooh, there it is. Help complete the community goal during Phasmophobia by Alan Wake event. And this is the badge you unlock. Super cool. I like that one. That looks cool. I like that it's a nice big difference between animated, non-animated. Some of the cards don't do that, so that's cool. I dig. All right, let's go back to what were we doing? Okay, manifestation ID card and badge for the community points. For personal points, you unlock the Angel Lamp Charm. So what does the charm hang off of? Maybe our equipment? Maybe. Kind of like Rainbow Six. Yeah. Alan Wake's suit cosmetics. Saga Anderson's outfit cosmetics. Yeah. Maybe a belt loop? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Necklace charm, maybe. Oh, maybe. It could be. It could be. Oh, it won't. It says coming soon. It won't let me click it. It won't let me click it. Oh. ID card holder. Oh, interesting. Dear Matt. Oh, there it is. I really wish that you could zoom in on it. That kind of sucks. You're right. Deer Mask, Lunchbox, Mr. Drippy Mascot. I guess that's the coffee pot. Thermos and Angel Lamp. So there's the Angel Lamp one we complete, and it hangs off of your badge. Okay, that's cool. I do wish that we could see it better right here, but at least now we know what the whole point of this was. So, cool. Cool. All right, I'm not too stressed about it. Well, where are we going? Well, that's cute. All right, Dawn, think of the 8 months, friend. Thank you. Make your battle jacket. We have the Oh Dear Diner, Cauldron Lake, Coffee World, Elderwood Palace Lodge. We've got options. I mean, we could just go around the table here. So like we could go Oh Dear Diner and then just work our way around. I'd be cool with that. Yeah, they changed the names. Yeah, and they changed the images too, which is super cool. All right, let's go to Coffee World, the Oh Dear Diner, and figure out what the hell we're gonna do. I'm just gonna play on. I'm not gonna play on friendly. We're just gonna play on pro and see how it goes. Yeah, we got 2 new ghosts. Are they permanent? I think so. I was asking the exact same question earlier as you. Yeah. Hey. All right, let's go.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Ooh.
The ghost here seems to be
Hold
linked to a
use.
certain object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
So they provide you with UV, which is interesting. And I assume that is just a normal tier 1, right? Couldn't I just use my big boy? Couldn't I just use big boy? Now, if I heard correctly, the Angel Lamp thing is related to Alan Wake 2 and that it has something to do with like his childhood, I think. Like the Angel Lamp, I think. I don't know for sure. I didn't play. I just remember like reading about the game a little bit, but I'm not too sure. Hold use. Ah, okay. So I assume that takes up a loadout slot. Yeah. Will you play those games sometime soon? Maybe. I'd say there's a good chance. I kind of wish I would have played them beforehand, but that's okay. That's all right. Oh, look, they did change the sign. I feel like the graphics looks a little wonky when it comes to the outside areas there. But besides that, though, hey, Coffee World. That's cool. If you guys have played Phas before, well, then you know the differences here, and that's cool. I like it. All right, I'm going to grab, I guess, the UV. I mean, we need to figure out what the ghost is, but we also need to try to complete these different things. Does it show me anywhere in the journal or in anything to show like, hey, you need this many things? Because we saw it on the board, but we don't see it anywhere in here. Hey, Mom, can we go to Coffee World? Shut up. Elderly, thank you for the 9 months. It'd be something if they made the skeleton a giant deer skull. My God. Should play it. It's really good. I've heard it's really awesome. I am going to play it for sure. Yeah. 3 dolls and 20 words of... Okay. No, we'll discover all the things, man. This is our first look. From what I know, 3 animals and 20 squigglies. Is there somebody in the car? A freaking Taken? Hey. Hello? Oh, look at the signs. Oh, those are cool. Hey, is the music different? Let's get the power on. Listen, if they took away Dusty's trail, I'm gonna be a little ticked off. Hey, what you eating? Hey. Oh, enjoying a waffle? Oh, don't mind me. Okay. Past tense. Oh, you also were enjoying a waffle. No more. Goodbye. So not creepy. Listen, I'm a sucker for a scavenger hunt. Ah, waiting for the squirty cream. I know the plan. Hi. Oh, 2-for-1 special here at Walmart. What? Okay, we have hiding in here just in case. Again, we're doing this while also there's a ghost, so we have to be a little careful. Oh, see, I like that they're outside too. Just checking. I do like that, so it's not just an inside thing. So it makes you explore more. Hey, have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute. I want to raise. That's Olivia's. Oh. Can you get a waffle? Absolutely. You want a Mickey waffle? I got you covered, boo-boo. Oh, look. The walls are dark. I don't remember that being a thing. Boner jam. Might as well get it while we're here. Yeah, look, the wood panels. Oh, I like it. I like it. Oh, snap. That's pretty cool. Now, does that... Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, we got some exploring to do, Lucy. Get out of here. Man, it's like every room. Find Alice. Wasn't Alice his wife? You made it angry? What did I do? I found its little shadowy friends. I love it. I love it. What about the TV? Oh. Ghost, I need you to relax. Listen, if you could not try to kill me right now, that'd be great. Thanks. Oh, sad. Now, I don't... So, yeah, look. It's arrow. Arrow. That was to that guy, right? Let's go look this way before we get killed. What is it pointing at? There's an arrow pointing this way. Unless it's the pages. No, can't pick the pages up. Can't pick the pages up. Dude, I need you to relax. Ooh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Do I have to use the UV that they gave me? I can't use my own? Oh, that sucks. Okay. Just hold the UV on it? I did. Did I not? Maybe I have to do it longer? Tier 1 works faster. Weird. Yeah, this is not... This ain't doing it. Hold longer. I mean, how long do we need? Use your magic powers. The angle isn't right. Let's go get the other one. Let's go get the other one. Excuse me. Jerk. Oh god. Oh god, I lagged. I lagged. Okay, we're good. Let's go get more stuff. You have to hold it. Yeah, but you just, I mean, you just saw use case. It wasn't working. Let me try the other one. If that's not working, then yeah, there must be some sort of like specific angle that it has to be, which is fine. But let's grab that. Let's grab the UV that they provided for us. And I'm at 64 sanity. Listen, we're still exploring. We don't want the things. We're still exploring. Give me this. I'm gonna bring this so we can check where it is. Okay, let's go. You know, I haven't really looked for the 3 animal thingies either. We have to find those 3 too. Okay. Let's go turn the power on. Ta-da. All right, let's try this again. It is a little dark. Okay. So, I wonder if what is screwing us over is the chair. And the reason it's not working is because you have to light the entire image. Gotta see the whole thing. That is what I'm thinking too. All right, where's this butthole? Freezing temps. Coffee world. Enjoy thrilling rides. Yippee skippy. I do love all the stuff on the walls. That's pretty cool. Definitely the chair. I think so too. So we'll have to do some oh look, it's getting, oh that was instant. I have a feeling it's not intended for that other one to be as hard as it was. I've got a feeling. Because look at this getting brighter instantly. And this is not with the UV that they provided. This is with our own. Hard boiled and hungover. How you liking the update? The design is really freaking cool. It's looking pretty freaking cool. All right, was there anything? Okay, we got the one in here. one down there. Now this pointed me that way, but why? This one, arrow. I don't know. Oh, you sneaky devil is behind the desk. Okay, got it. Got this. I need the lamp. Let's go. A little tricky. Little tricky. Relax. Oh, whoa. Hi. Don't potty. No more. I really hope it's not like, hey, once you find all these, the ghost just starts instantly hunting. That'd kind of suck. I have no idea how many I found. A few couple, at least. I'm going to turn off this light. We don't want to break the breaker. It'd be hilarious. No, it would not be hilarious. Is that a new image? Ooh, this one's cool. This was the one that we saw from the preview. From the images that they showed us. Man. They really did put a lot into this. Holy hell. They really did. All right, let's make sure we're checking with our UV to see if there's any of those, any more of those to be found. Those are occupado. All right, there's one in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, that's like Sasquatch. All right, I didn't do much investigative work when it comes to the front. Oh, there's one up there. I don't know if there's like some sort of like a sign of like, hey, you did it. I tell you this, I don't think we have UV. Okay. Ghost is crapped in the sink. Oh man. Wait, yeah, there it is. I was gonna say, I just saw it. All right, now the real question.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh Dusty's trail.
Okay.
Dusty's trail.
All's good. We still got Dusty. It's really loud. Sorry, honey, what? Sweet baby Jesus. So is there no indicator as to how many I have found? I just have to keep track. Oh, there's one up there. Can I get that from here? Follow the haunted yellow. Yeah. There's another one up there. I said there was like 20 of them, right? Nice little extras, yeah. Hello? Don't like the ghosty is slowly trying to get to us. Not a fan. Not a fan. It can kind of F off. Sneaky. Okay. Look around in here. I'm not seeing anything. We don't know if the two new are staying. I'm just assuming that they are. Maybe they just won't be whatever this like Uh-oh. Whatever the skin is that we see with the ghost. That's not good. That means the ghost was up here. Oh, what's this? Oh, look. Got the Oh Dear Diner menu. Got a box. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, let's go check our, well, no, I can literally see my sanity. Never mind, I can see it on the watch. I'm at like 70 right now, I think. I think I'm at 70, which is fine. Definitely not hunting us yet. Do they still have an and cheese? I would almost guarantee it. Look at the lighting though. The lighting has like a bluish hue to it. Or greenish, it's more green. Oh, I hear one of our friends. Hi, what are you doing? Was that the last one of those guys? Look at the posters. They're all different. Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. They forgot to change. Is it only? No, there's more. Oh, they did. Maybe it's just remembrance of what was, okay? They wouldn't. I mean, we've had those guys outside. Do you think that they would put the little squigglies out here too? Maybe I do a quick little lap real fast just to check. Let's take a peek. You never know. I don't see any. No drops. No. All right. Love Alan Wake. Can't wait to play the update. She's out. Can't even open those. Nothing over there. Biggest event they've done. Well, I mean, this is just a map that we have looked at so far. A map. Did I already get the one that it's trying to get me to see? Ah, there you are. Josh. Stop crapping in the sink. Josh. We have to find Alice. Ooh, you. Hey, oh. What the hell was that? Was that a different ghost fight? What the hell is that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whatever it's doing, it is chunking my sanity, I think. Unless that one event did that to me. I just noticed that my sanity is now down to like what looks like 30 or 40. It's a wet ghost fart. Yeah, look, 39. What the fuck? Okay. Take some more. I know that I have freezing. We did see that. We did see that. We need to verify where the ghost. I got to figure out what the ghost is. Maybe that's what I do first. And then once we know what the ghost is, then I worry about trying to get the rest of our stuff. Sound like me going ham on a donut. Oh my god. All right, I've got freezing. Oh yeah, I've got thermo in there. So let's go check out where it is. Let's go. Could it be one of the new? I mean, yeah. Could be. So if it is this one, then I need freezing writing dots. But we're going to bring these in to go check. Hey, look at that. The tier 3 doesn't take your entire screen anymore. Isn't that just cute? Now, the camera is shaky though. It does still seem shaky. All right. Oh, you're in the hallway? Well, we hate you. Damn it. We do not like the hallway. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Okay. What did I do with my thermer anermer? What did I do with it? Does anybody remember what I did with it? New ghosts? There's 2 new ghosts. Yes. Let me snooze the ads. I don't want them to hit right now. I don't want them to hit right now. I threw it down at the entrance. Why did I do that? All right, let's go. 3, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate you. There's the lamp. There's that. Wait. Are you sure? Wait, did I throw it at the side exit? Oh, I'm lagging. No, it must be over here. It must be in this hallway. There she is. Okay, yeah, definitely hallway. All right, homie. Stay back. Do I really need this there? No, not really. Yeah, freezing temps. This might be a new ghosty. It could be. What's my sanity right now? Okay, we're good. All right, we'll drop this here, and then we'll get more stuff. It sounds like it's following me around, right? Now, based on the description of this ghost, when they spot their target, they become faster in pursuit. So they pick a target. Now, I wonder if they, like, stalk. Just like the Banshee and the Phantom. I don't know. It could be a new ghost type. We don't know. We don't know. Stop trying to cast Harry Potter spells. Stop it. That almost scared me. There's a goddamn Alan Wake cutout at the entrance of the map. Put that there. Put this here. We'll put our dots down. There we go. Instead of Expecto Patron. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to turn you off for now, just because you're annoying. Put this one over here. We've got our UV. We've got the dots to check for. Let's make sure the ghosty is staying here, which it probably is. -7. Okay. Almost at 75. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Sibby, thank you for the 8 months. Have the fixes felt much better? Well, let me see. So when you have inventory full, when you have items in your hand, look, it's instant switch now. It's no longer with the animation. But I did notice that when I have a spot missing, it still does the animation to put your hand down and bring it up. So I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. All right, dude. Are you going to give me anything else? Okay. Let's go. I guess let's go get motion sensors. The ghost was super aggressive to start, and now it's kind of just chill. Now it's kind of just hanging out. It's better, but not great. Yeah, it's way better. Way better. Because most of the time my inventory is full anyway. Give. Yeah, 76. Ghost fell asleep, I guess. I don't know if I found all of the squigglies. I don't know. I still have yet to find or look for the 3 like little animal thingies. Been too worried about trying to stay alive. I'm playing on Pro, so that way we have access to the sanity monitor, but also we're not trying to stress Nightmare with the new ghosts because we're still trying to figure them out. But we'll look for them. We're just not looking for them yet. Come on in. Whatever you say, boss. Okay, Ghosty's here. Yep. All right. So now our friend is here. Where? No writing yet. Okay. Wait, give me this. This will be easier. I can't see shit. There it is. Think the new ghost barked at you? All right, set the motion sensors off again. Come on. Come on. We know you're here. Man, it's being really stingy about evidence, though. Very, very stingy. Where can you buy the game? You can buy it on Steam. You can buy it on Xbox. You can buy it on PlayStation. Eventually, you can buy it on Switch 2. Salt. I could. We didn't have UV. It's touched a few doors, and I didn't have... Where are you?
The far-reaching.
What? Okay, I do not have one of the new ghosts. Nope. Ew. That's disgusting. And my sanity's at 50. Unfortunato. Moroi, Onryo, twins, or Mimic. Well, we did not have any orbs that I could tell. So I think Mimic is probably out of the question. Let's cross some stuff off. Didn't have you, didn't have you. Which means it's either going to be EMF 5 or writing. But it's not touching anything. Cute. Real cute. Oh, ads are playing. I might go outside so that way people don't miss stuff. Okay, let's go outside. Is the journal distance the same? I think so. Oh, look, the book is inside of the cut. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, let's go out here real fast. I might even go to the truck so we don't have to listen to the damn rain. All right. All right, we'll wait for the ads. While we're waiting for the ads, we'll grab a couple things. That way people aren't missing stuff. Can you record the Cruci burn on the sound recorder? Oh, that was busted, wasn't it? We'll have to try. I might have seen EMF 5 earlier, maybe. If I did, it's twins, which could make sense why it feels like it's all over the place. That could definitely make sense. Let's grab a smudge, a lighter, sound recorder. Yeah. Can there be EMF 5 on a crucifix? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Look at this active butthole. He's active. Hey, what's up, Rained? Yeah, there's a lot of explorations to do on the maps, man. To look at all the different things that they've done. Do I have a guide video in the works for the update that released or that I started playing an hour ago? Not really. I will more or less probably just release a video of us playing said update and figuring out the things as we go. I'm at 50 sanity. Okay. Okay. New items. There are some new stuff. We have this, I forget what it's called. What people were calling it, the Angel of Light or whatever it was, to go around and get rid of these shadow demons. Basically the Taken. From my understanding, from what they are, it was like in Alan Wake, it was the townspeople that were taken over by the darkness. Taken. Angel Lamp. Yeah, there you go. Angel Lamp is what it's called. Yeah. There it is. You thought you heard the EMF 5 earlier. I might have missed it. So we'll go back in and try to get it. Looking good so far. Agreed upon. Yeah, I would agree. It is looking good so far to me too. Do I care if you're going to try to hunt me right now? I don't know, man. I almost wanted to hunt. How you liking it? It's pretty freaking cool. The decoration that they've done with the maps so far from what we've seen is pretty sick. And this is a one-time event that's going to last until what, June 2nd, and then it's going to be gone. So it's not like even a reoccurring. They did all this stuff with Alan Wake 2 for just this one event. So, all right, ads are done. We're back. Ads are done. We're back. I went out to the truck and paused so that way you guys didn't miss anything. All right, we have... Is the lighter different? Is that a new lighter? I think it is. Hey, what's up, Banshee? All right. Ghosty's still walking around over there. Man, I almost just want to let it hunt. I think this might be twins, and that's why it feels like the ghost was literally all over the place. But at the same time, I've got to look for those 3 whatever, like, animal doll thingies, too. Interesting. It looks different? Yeah, I think it is new. All right, let's take another one of these. I'm going to take another one of those. I'm going to grab another smudge. So I have a couple smooges on me, and then we got this guy. Not every map has them. Yeah, but this one, I believe, said it had 3. Oh, of course, gamer. I try to, man. If I have the ability to, I try to. All right. Alan Wake Return. Oh, that's cool that oh, you can pick it up. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Now, I don't know if I have found the things I have needed to find. You hooker. Was that the power, or was that, are you trying, is that a ghost fart? What is that? Oh, rude. Are they signed? That's a great question. All right, I've got a smudge in hand. Let's go get the power. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think the hard part for me is not knowing how many of the things I have found. That part is tough because there's no indication anywhere that says, hey, you found this many. Still no EMF 5. Still no fiver. It's doing stuff. At least. Thank goodness. Give me this. We'll just, we'll keep walking around. I want to try to find whatever these 3 doll things are. I have not done any searching for them in the slightest. So I do have a smudge on me in case Ghosty does try to eat our faces. Could it be somewhere in the journal? I can look real fast. Maybe it is and I didn't see it. Ooh, the check marks are black now. Okay, so now we can see them. They're not like a weird yellowish color. That's cool. Media. I don't think so. No, there's no indication. Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider. I don't think so. All right, let's do some searching here. You never know. You never know. Did they fix the there's a few things we haven't looked at. We've been really just trying to dive into this event. That bar stool new too. Just diving into the event, checking all the things out, seeing what they got to offer. Servanyo, what's up, friend? All right. Is that new? Hidden in the cabinets. I sure as hell hope not. Order up. Oh, there's goo everywhere. That's all right. That's just seasoning. That's all that is. Wait a minute. Hey, I got the monkey paw. No, they still look like crap. Okay, they didn't fix the steak. Steak has not been fixed. I wonder if, like, if the blood will lead you to the dolls. Do you know what I mean? That nice iron taste. Interesting. So I have breath in here because it's the freezer, friends, for anybody that's confused. How's it going? Good. I'm just trying not to miss anything. You know what I mean? I hear you. Shut up. Shut up. Just making sure that we've seen all the stuff and the things, man. Steak is... Oh, you suck. New Ghost Fire, that's right. Human Raptor, that you're the 13 months. All right, so far, I'm not seeing anything. Not yet. All right, just making sure that I can quickly get my electronic off in case things go awry. Do we figure the ghost out? No, not entirely, because I think it might be twins, but I haven't seen EMF 5 yet. Bro, what if there's one in this safe? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All right, what the hell do the dolls look like? What do they look like? You walked... Oh, did I? Where did you see it? Where? Where? Oh, the art is very cool. Yeah. All the walls, all the designs are super cool. Above you. Yeah, I like the music. Like, you hear the music in here. It's super subtle, but super creepy. What? Am I drunk? Oh. What are we looking for? The freezer or the walk-in? Do you mean the walk-in? Little totems? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Maybe someone said maybe next to the mustard. This little dark thing, what the shit? I'm supposed to be able to see that? Look at this. Oh my god, I'm screwed. You're hearing music? Yeah, it's just like a really subtle tone. Look at this. What the hell do I do with you? Okay, what? It sounds like I wrote something, but there's nothing written. I'm so confused. Yeah, it's ambient sound. Yeah. I have no flashlight in my hand. Okay, now I do. I am fairly certain we have ourselves a slow twin. Almost certain of it. We'll go get a look at it here soon. I don't know. Well, that's very hookerish of you. It's eating a waffle. Wow, dude. You son of a bitch. Would you knock it off? Leave me alone, you bully. Oh, damn it. Did you say hookerish? I did, and I'll say it twice. Now that I know what it looks like, can barely see the damn thing. I'm still not entirely sure. Still not entirely sure what they do. It's gonna hunt me. I have hiding though. I do have hiding. Over there. You say we get a look at this goblin? It's not hunting, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Take a crap in every single sink, you know? Why not? Still no EMF 5, by the way. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Okay. Alright, we saw the one inside of the walk-in that I had missed. Question is, where? I'm pretty sure that it said there were 3. Oh my god, bro. Would you please shut up? There's our 5er. Okay, well, we knew that it was twins, but now you just have a nice little confirmation. So, sweet. Okay, someone said they thought they saw another one. Oh, pretzel. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander. Bro, stop following me and breaking all my stuff. Oh, you didn't break the lights. Oh, okay, we're fine. God, nobody wants to listen to it. Shut up. Shut up. God damn it. It's such a bully. It's such a bully. Okay, nothing here that I can tell. That's working as intended. Oh. Okay. Stop it! God. Bro, you are so annoying. Oh my god. Oh, it just shut those lights off. Oh yeah, that's cool. Do whatever you want, you son of a bitch. Nah. Himawari, thank you for the 13 months. I found a pencil. Ooh, it gave you a pencil. Son of a bitch. Okay. Holy night. I don't even know where to look for the last one. All right, I need to go get protection things. How's the update, Lupus? It's cool. I don't want to miss things. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, we have to listen to old gargled chops back there. I would almost guarantee there's one up here somewhere. Okay, it's done. I would almost guarantee it. I think it's just a matter of finding it. Whether it's on one of the tables, behind something, under something, you name it. Hey, do you got it? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Ooh. It's a superhero. Okay. So I found the 3. I have no idea if I found all of the weird squiggly things. I do not know. Now, what it's doing is it's making what sounds like it's a mark. Like it's marking something down. And I have a feeling that we don't see it here. We see it in the lobby. But they all were different. I thought they were all going to look the same. They do not. They do not. But we have twins. We know what the ghost is. We know that much. Yeah. Okay. 17? Oh my God. Okay, we're going back in. And it's going. I need the UV. Oh, it's for the coffee. Bro, I thought I picked up a magnifying glass. I was so confused. Do I smudge you? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Hold on. Hit the motion sensors. Hit the motion sensors. Today, Junior. Yeah, I thought it was a magnify. I thought I found something really cool. No, I didn't. Where are you hunting from? You bitch. Like, I'm a very determined individual, but like, I want to find them all, but I don't want to spend 3 hours on a map. You know what I mean? Okay, is Ghost just in the back of the bathroom? Is that what this is? Nano, thank you for the 13 months. Hi, cutie. Yeah, I've been checking the ceilings as I've been going. So it started back here. We're gonna throw this here to hopefully save ourselves some time. I don't know what it's doing when it does that noise. All right, where did I put my UV? You've never heard of Alan Wake? It's a really awesome game series. Yeah, very cool game series. The ones you find won't show up again. Okay, cool. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Got my lighter on me. I need the UV. Where? Okay, well, there's this one at least. I don't... Hi. I don't have a lot of time before it's about to start trying to hunt again. If it hunts from the twin spot, I could die. Possible I could die. Smoke Gouda, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Thank you so stinking much, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, if there's a few that I haven't found, I don't know where they are. Oh, you burst the lights in here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, there's the better one. Found it. Did you check outside? I mentioned something about it. Are they actually outside? We did find the Taken outside. They were there. Not outside. Okay. That's good to know. What the hell? How the hell did we miss that one? Because I literally looked everywhere else except for there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're good. Listen. It's hunting. It does sound like the Tasmanian devil. You're 100% right. Dude, I don't know where I'm missing them. Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. I need it to really go away. I'm going to go over there and it's going to start hunting. Okay. One under the office desk. Yeah, we got that one. You talking about the one that was there? Yeah, we got it. We got that one. Been looking around. I'm just not 100% on how many I have. We got the one in here, or at least one of them in here. Bro, you are such a bag of ass. I'm missing two. And of course it's twins. So the ghost that I have is able to hunt 16 meters away from where its normal place is, which means it can hunt from anywhere. It is destroying every light that I have on the map. Okay. Give me this back. Hi, caramba. Okay. Okay. Let's go through here. At this point, it's like if I die, I die. I almost don't care. Ghost is an absolute jerk. You merely adopted the dog. I was born in it, molded by it. Can you come back? I assume so. I was really hoping to get them all in a single go. You know? Oh, the cardboard cutout's a super cool touch. I like that too. Like, there wouldn't be one there because of a hiding spot, right? You are really mean, man. I don't know. I can't look any... Oh my god, bro. Check all the stalls. I'll double check. I'll double check. There could be stalls that I'm missing for sure. Yeah. It is a bully. I'm about to stop. Okay. That buys me a couple seconds. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. We already got the one there. I see nothing. We already looked in that stall. Didn't see anything. There's one in the men's stall. I think I already got the one in the men's stall. If you don't see yellow arrows. Oh, do the yellow arrows disappear entirely if you have them all? That would be a nice sign. That would be super cool. Yes? Oh, that would be nice. Okay. There's no yellow arrow here. The yellow arrow that used to be here is gone. Or were the yellow arrows tied to each one of the individual ones? Oh my God. What if I find it from here? Haven't figured out the dolls at all, bro. I'm still trying to figure out where my squigglies are. I'm still looking for my squigglies. Maybe I call this one and then we come back if we have to. Because not knowing, like, we think I might have found 18, maybe. Not even entirely sure. And the ghost is aggravated and it's a butthole and we hate it. I say we go and then we... Yeah. If there's no arrows, then that's all of them, I believe. Okay, some people are saying that it's all of them. Some are saying it's just the one you were looking for with the arrows. Yeah. We could have miscounted. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's twins. Let's go. Let's go back to the lobby and see what it shows us. It's a long time in the map, but I mean, again, it's sort of like exploring a map for the first time. Like we're trying to take it all in.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Okay. Let's look at the board. I did find all of them. Motherfucker. I found all 20, and I also found the 3 tokens or whatever we want to whatever we want to call them. Don't trust chat to count. If you found the arrows for the specific one, they disappeared. That's what I was assuming. Not that, I mean, it would be nice that if, I almost wish there was something that happened where it was like, you found them all. You're done. But I don't, maybe there is, and I just didn't notice it. But okay. If I have to, I can go back and cut out a lot of that hunt. So that way we can just keep the video a little bit shorter. Okay, so I found 3 dolls and we heard scribbles cry. Hey, there they are. Oh, hi, friends. Hi. What you doing? What if I put you up here instead? Put you over there. There you go. Get you off the floor. Okay. Did anything change?
Something had shifted. The investigators saw immediately. Ghost hunting contracts for GHD were always strange.
Nope.
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
Hey, that's a way to cut it short. Just grab the other one. Good deal. I dig. Okay. So I found the 3. I don't know what it means yet. I think we're just gonna have to go to the other maps and figure it out. How long did that take? Probably like an hour. If I'm being honest. Yeah. So do you have to pick the doll? Yeah, so when I found the dolls, I picked them up, or the totems, whatever we want to call them. I picked them up and then we heard a scribble. We heard like a scratch. Like it wrote something, but I don't know where something was written down. So that part's a little bit confusing. I'm not entirely sure. I do not know. Okay. Personal points. Ooh. Find dolls and solve doll puzzles. And then you get Saga Anderson's outfit cosmetics. Reveal the words of power and you get Alan Wake. So by finding 68 of the words of power, we unlock Alan's. Solving the doll puzzles, 3 of them, we get her cosmetics. Now the paper on the ground said,
he shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me. In more ways than one, but a moose steak is never a mistake.
and the 3 dolls that we found were a superhero of some kind, someone holding a baby, and an owl, I think. He's a poet. He don't even know it. He's a poet. Don't even know it. Like, there's drawings on the floor. I don't know if it necessarily has to do with this in a certain order, but there's 3 separate. Oh God, there's 3 separate ones to solve. 3 of them, and we have Oh Dear Diner, Cauldron Lake, Elderwood Palace Lodge, and Coffee World. 4 different places to get them. Game within a game, yeah. Yeah. Did we figure out why there were random capitalized letters at the beginning? Yeah, because of the ghosties. There's 2 new ghosts. The Aswang and the, again, we're going to just pronounce it incorrectly just because that's life right now. And the Kormos. Yeah. So I don't know if you solve it here in the lobby or if you're supposed to solve it in the map. Can you, oh, you can place them. Interesting. Okay, that probably has something to do with something. So I don't know if it necessarily has to do with these drawings, maybe, but you can place them down. I know that's not going to do anything. I'm just placing them to place them. So we'll put that with the house, and then heart, sun, tree. You have to read it faster, but that's okay. I think I'm going to read it at the slowest speed that I possibly can. In Alan Wake 2, hold on. You have to place the dolls on the chalk. Aha. Okay, so we might be onto something. I just don't know if I necessarily understand the 3 different puzzle. Oh, God dang it. I keep going to the journal. Sorry. I don't know if I necessarily understand the find the dolls and solve doll puzzles. So there's 3 separate doll puzzles.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me, in more ways than one, but a moose steak is never a mistake.
He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house,
Maybe.
and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me.
What
in more ways
if...
than one, but a moose steak is never a mistake.
So what if there are different dolls on each map that like you have to mix together for the puzzles, and we can't just solve a puzzle with one from one map? Maybe like this is a part of one and then another one is a part of another one. That'd be my guess, to make it so you have to play the other ones. Okay. Let's do it. All right. Let's go to Cauldron Lake. Cauldron Lake. Now here's the question. Do I do this on friendly or do we stay on professional? That was awfully aggravating with that stupid ghost doing this on pro because it just would not stop hunting. That part sucked. What do we think? I think friendly would be nice because then we can go and look for all the things. It almost is feeling like it's taking longer on a normal hunt because I'm just trying to avoid the ghost half the time. Understand the story more? I think so too. Proika's entertaining. I know. And I want to go back and I want to do these normal investigations, but I want to be able to, for us to fly through and find all the stuff. And I think with the ghost hunting us, it's really screwing us over. Complete reskin until June 2nd? I guess so. Yeah. I'm joking. No, you're right. You are absolutely right. So what I'll do is I will use this one. We'll do a pro preset, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the event frequency down. So hopefully the ghost doesn't burst as many lights. Let's do that. We're not worried about money. We're just worried about finding the stuff. Okay. We are now changing game plans. We are doing friendly ghost so that way we can go find all the stuff without the ghost being an absolute butthole. Now, the ghost can... Oh, you know what? I still want it to event. I'm a liar. We'll leave it on medium. So the ghost can event. It's on medium, which is totally fine. We're going to walk around and we're going to find all the stuff. Let's go. We've arrived. All right. Get this guy. We need UV. Imagine I load into this and get Blood Moon. I swear to God. Okay. Everything's normal as of right now. We think so. Doesn't sound very normal. Ooh, shrubbery. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's go find the power. Oh, hi. I'll be back for you in a second. Can you call out the dolls? Yeah. Whenever, if I find one, see one, then I will absolutely say something about it. Yeah, we have no clue, obviously, where they are right now, but as we walk around, we'll search. Hi. Miss you. I wonder if while I'm here, if I should just focus on that first and then do the circles, or if I should do both at the same time. Because look. The arrows are nice. The arrows are super nice. Hi, chicken leg. Is it a oh, you're right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Clear room to room. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Just to make sure. I assume there's like one of each in each room at the well, sorry, one circle thing. Or there's two. Oh, there's another one. Interesting. There are rewards for the collab. Yes, there's cosmetics and ID cards. Yeah. Floor door still there. Still got a floor door. Okay. Let's go to this room. Okay. Hi. Cool beans. We do the puzzle? We're still trying to figure it out. I need to go around and find all the dolls first, and then we'll figure it out from there. Once I find all the dolls, then we'll be good to go. Ka-chow. Now, I don't know necessarily the significance of getting rid of those. Okay, I see the arrow looking upstairs. I don't think I found a circle in this room yet. There might not be one. Does anyone remember how many it said we need to find on this map? I don't see. Maybe there's not one here. Okay. I hear one really close. It might just be upstairs. Surrounded. 18. Okay. Oh, did I find the one in there already? Oh, never mind. I'll shut up. Ooh. Did that just go away because I turned on the UV light? Look. Goo. Oh, there's one right there. It's not strong enough on the wall. Okay. Okay. Next question. Oh, I found the boner. Should I, while we're in these rooms, look for the dolls? Like, do like a real sweep to make sure? I feel like we should too, just to be sure, like, hey, that room was already checked and we can go ahead and move on to the next one. I think that's the smart thing for us to do. I think it's going to be easier for us, especially for backtracking. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Okay. Yeah, if I look directly at it and I pass by it, you are more than welcome to scream at me and say, "Hey, idiot." Oh, hey. Beer. But don't say, "Hey, idiot." But be nicer. Be like, "Hey." Not as smart person. It's pretty, isn't it nice? I love all the UV. That's super cool. That's super neat. Love it. One room at a time. That's right. We're just making sure. We're just making sure. The markings on the wall? Oh, yeah, I don't know what they mean necessarily. Okay. I'm not seeing anything in here. Hopefully there's nothing back there. That would really, really suck. Oh, hey. Light basically saves their souls. Ooh, like the triangles? All right, let's do a quick lap around here. Let's look down, up and around. Oh, found one. Oh, it's either a wolf or a cat. I think it might be a wolf. Scrabble. So that one is right where the monkey paw spawns. I'm excited to see Camp Woodwind as well. Same. Okay, I'm going to safely assume that they're not going to have two of those in the same room. Or a fox? Oh, that didn't look like a fox to me. Is the ghost in the mannequin room? Oh, hey, sorry, sir. Hi. My apologies. Did it just move a mannequin over near us? Hi. Excuse me. Coming through. Pardon me. Oh, here's another weird one. If you guys are having trouble getting this one, you just got to find the right angle. Yeah, what people said earlier is 100% right. You just have to find the right angle. Okay, dude, you're in my way. Now, again, you have the little squiggly thingies to whatever they're called to find, and then you have the dolls to find. These guys, these taken that we see as we walk around, like, if you just leave them there, does it matter? Hey, you're missing one of your friends. Oh my God. You suck. Oh, I can take that? Oh, that was one of the things. No, you rule. Reap. Okay. Would you shush? Please. Please shush. Please shush. Ah, there. And this is why we're doing friendly ghosts. And this would be why. So look. Ooh, fun fact. See the arrows, how they disappeared? Look, here's the arrow here. Just for people that were confused. Look, now the arrow's gone. I don't know if it does that necessarily for every one. I don't think all of them have. Hey, we got UV. I don't know if I've had UV on that before. Well, ain't that just nifty? Looks like it has. You figured that you might see one in here, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Let's work our way, I guess, to the hallway and then go upstairs. I guess that's our plan. I gotta turn the power back on because the ghost sucks. Leave it alone. An indicator in the journals saying how many you have would be really nice. I don't necessarily want to walk around and count how many I've gotten the entire time. Hey. All right, there's an arrow. It's telling us to go upstairs. Hey, what are you doing? You okay? Oh, you used to be okay. Again, the taken, not knowing exactly if they have a purpose or not. You know, I don't mind the ambient music. like the tones that are happening. I don't mind it. Any in the attic? I would almost guarantee that there's some in the attic. I would almost guarantee. All right, let's start here and then we'll start working our way around the rooms. Here, let's get our UV on. Okay, it doesn't have a there's a case. I can't pick it up or anything, so that's new though. Yeah, it's nice. It's subtle. It's not really too intrusive. It's fine. I don't mind it at all. Okay. No dolls in the toilet that I can tell as of right now. Background sounds really help with the atmosphere. Yeah, I would agree. All right, let's go over this way. Let's go over here. Again, still trying to understand their purpose. Okay. Look around for possible dolls. Now, something to keep in mind, one of the ones that I found was a mask. Oh, it's the event points. Oh, that would make more sense. Okay, yeah. Sorry, dumb moment. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I kind of forgot about the whole event point thing. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Gamer, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much, friend. All right, I don't see any doll in here. I assume that, like, I don't know. I guess that's a weird thing because it says you're looking for dolls. I picked up a mask and the mask wrote in the book as if I found a doll. So that part was a little bit confusing. All right, let's go to the next room. It's a cod. Oh, wait. But I heard a scribble though. Hi. What you doing? Oh, here's another one. Okay, just got to find the right angle. Okay, so these lights are normal. I wonder why they didn't make these UV. Interesting. So I guess it was just a little bit confusing for me, but that would make a lot of sense, which is also really cool to be able to find the cosmetic just around. Hey, look at this. Looky. Found it all. It was over here next to the light bulb in the back of the doll room. There we have it. Phil, thank you for the 3 months. All right. Right now, our focus is trying to find all the stuff for the event. We're not really too hard focused on trying to get the ghostie to hunt us or anything. Will the maps rotate for the event? I don't know. I'm going to assume no because they haven't said anything about it. But hard to say. Ooh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me turn the little ambiance. All right, friends over here thinking about life. They're gone. There's another one. Ooh, 2 in this room. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. There's another one of those cases. Interesting. Oh, did I miss something in the doll room? Okay. I'll go back. Now, this is the twins room, which I thought might have had like a doll in it. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Okay. What did I miss? You said go back to the corner? What am I missing? Which corner? Someone was saying that there might be something Did you get the doll? Yes. Is that what you're sending me back for? Yeah, we already found it. All right, let's go upstairs. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. See, no, like, unless I haven't found them all, no special sound or anything. I'm gonna snooze ads. I don't want you guys to get hit by them right now. I don't hear any of those guys up here either. I don't think they're here. Like the crossover, it's a really cool idea. I never would have thought that they would have done this. Super cool idea. Didn't hear it. No, you're okay. All good. All good. All right. The only light really is like this one. Is that UV or is that normal? That's normal. But you can tell the decoration's been done because look at all the sticks and the arrows and the symbols. So it's possible that it's up here. Do more events like this. I can only assume they're going to. Okay. So the question is, if it's not in the attic, where did I miss it? Wait. That looks like something I'd make. Found it. Found all three. This one was over here on the table next to the candlesticks. When you go to the attic, you go upstairs, go past the plate, go over here. It's right there. Got the moose. Now, I'm a little curious as to how many... Excuse me. I'm a little curious as to how many I'm missing. She's just checking on me. Very nice of her. She's just standing there. We looked all over this room. We looked all over here. We looked all over the bathroom. I got the... did you get the mask in the attic? There's a mask in the attic? Wait, what? In the attic, or are you talking about the mask that's in the... or the mask that's in the mannequin room? Got all the words of power, I'm pretty sure. Okay. There's a mask up here? Where? Am I being gaslit right now? Because the mask we found was not in the attic. The mask that we found was inside of the mannequin room. Missed so much. Oh, you're good, dude. I mean, you have until like June 2nd to do this event. So you're good. Yeah, there's a mask in the mannequin room. Okay, I'm just going to keep moving because there's been no other words said about it. Okay. It's like a reward. There is. No, I have a feeling you cannot ask the Ouija board where the dolls are. Got a feeling that's not a thing. The mask that we found was over here. Oh, wait. She's upstairs. Wait, is she still wearing the mask or is it on the floor now or something? I didn't pay attention to her face. Tell you, man, they are freaking active. She was not wearing it. Now, she was wearing it when I found it before. It like went back on her face, if I recall. Wait, am I wearing a mask? Wait, is it on my face right now? Bro, y'all need to chill out, okay? Relax. I swear to God. You guys need to stop. Gotta get them back stretches in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we found them all. If not, again, it's one of those cases of like, okay, we can always come back. Yeah, the mannequins have been super freaking active. Super freaking active. The mask was on their face. See, look, people are full of it. You still saw the mask on the thing's face. Let's go look at it real quick before we leave, and then I'm gonna leave. Ma'am, are you still wearing your mask? No, they're lying. It is not on their face. All right, moving on. I think we found them all. I think so. I hope we did. If anything, we found all of the dolls. So for the puzzle aspect of it, we found all that. So that's good. Because it's two separate things. Two separate things. All right. It's frickin' oh, Bombo. Yeah, it's on friendly, so we can go explore all this stuff without having to worry about the ghost trying to rip our face off. Yeah. Yeah, it was getting a little annoying at the diner map, so.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Yikes, it was a Goryo. And we got the deer mask. Very cool. So I love the idea of being able to find cosmetics that you unlock. That I like a lot. That is super freaking cool. Super freaking cool. Okay. So we found 3 more. So now they're all, look, all the friends are here. You want the deer mask? It's mine. You can't have it. So we did. Awesome. Okay, I found all 18. I'm not keeping track. We're just going. Ads are about to happen, by the way. We're going to let them play, and then after they play, then we're going to move on to Coffee World. Where I have to find 10. Thank goodness. But then there's 3 dolls to be found there. So that should be a bit quicker. Should be a bit quicker. Do we know where the charms are going? Yeah, they're going on your ID card. So if you go down here on your ID card, right here, they go there. So like right now, you can't see it that well. It's very subtle right here, and you can't zoom in, which is a bummer. But there's a little deer mask. There's a little deer mask charm on my ID card, and your ID card now sits on your pocket. Yeah. Yeah. Do you get credit for everything playing on Friendly Ghost? You certainly do. Now, I don't know if you get points, though. You might not get points. Hold on. Yeah, Alan Wake event points 0. And it's because I was playing on a 0 times multiplier. So that would be why. There we go. Ads are playing. As soon as the ads are done, we'll go to the next map. I don't want you guys to miss. You don't wear the mask as a mask? I don't think so. Not that I can tell. I'd rather grind for points later and do friendly to make sure that I get all the stuff in the things. I agree. I'm not worried about getting points right now. We'll do that later. Yep. Can you check your progress? I can. So there's my reveal words of power, 38 of 68. Personal points, I've earned, so I earned 19 when we played on the diner. Or not 19, 19% of what I needed. So there we go. What map was the deer mask? The deer mask, spoiler alert, was on Grafton or Cauldron Lake. And if you go into the mannequin room, it is literally on one of the mannequins' faces. Yeah. What does the lamp in the van do? The lamp in the van is what is it called again? What is it? The angel lamp. The angel lamp is what you use to get rid of the Taken. Those shadows, those shadowy figures you see, that's how you get rid of them. Yeah. Ellen, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in, friends. I don't know. We did not see any charms on the diner that I could tell, unless I missed something, but I don't think so. We found one there, and then we're going to go to Coffee World next. So I have a feeling we might be able to find the Coffee World charm by going there. So the things that you get for anybody that's asking about the event. So you get the manifestation ID card and badge for the community point stuff. You get the angel lamp charm by doing your personal point rewards. The reveal words of power, it's the thing that we've been doing with the UV to show those circle of words. By doing that, you get the Alan Wake suit cosmetics, and then by finding and solving the puzzle with the dolls, we get Saga Anderson's outfit cosmetics. So once we find all the dolls, we're going to solve the puzzle. Yeah. No spoilers until then, because I love solving puzzles. I love trying to figure it out. So we'll see how it goes. Amy, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Do they rotate? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Ads are almost done. We have like 15 seconds. I would like to live in a coffee world IRL. I don't care if it's even haunted. Is it too late for the noti? Nah, we can still do it. I was too eager with the update and trying to get everything in order. I didn't even think about it. But F it, we'll still send it. Okay. It's sent. Okay. Ads are done. Welcome back. Woke up, get to watch some of the stream. Let's go. My goal is to go through all these, and then I don't know. After that, maybe we'll play a little bit. It just depends. We'll see. I've got to do the work things for the afternoon. No drop. Oh well, sorry. We haven't heard anything yet. Zombie. There's nothing right now. Hey Sven, welcome in. All right, so we have done the Oh Dear Diner and Cauldron Lake, which means that we are now on to Coffee World, where I need to find 10 words of power. So if you guys go look at the event board, you can see the words of power and the dolls are what you're finding. That's what these cosmetic rewards are for. So on each map that is an event map, there's a certain amount. So we found all the ones for the diner and Cauldron Lake, Grafton, but Coffee World, we need to find 10 words of power and 3 dolls. And then after that, then we hop on over to Elderwood Palace Lodge to find 20 of them and 4 dolls. So, to Coffee World.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Yourself. Looks like this is someone. We have a pilot, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
I'm a little excited about this one. Just a little bit. You know, I've been asking for this is not technically a carnival map necessarily. It is Camp Woodwind kind of reskinned, but been asking for a carnival map forever. I've been asking for them to add a ghost that has trouble hearing you, so that trouble seeing you, so that it's based on sound. I'm kind of getting all the things. I'm not that upset. You know what? Let's throw a headlamp on. Coffee World, where the fun is percolating. Is our buddy Slendy here? Oh, he's not there right now. Okay. It's like Christmas. Well, it's unfortunate it's raining. Do I have the monkey paw by chance? Do I have the monkey paw by chance to change the weather? That'd be super nice. Do I have that? Hey, what are you doing? I don't. Do we keep it with the rain and just go with it? I feel like I definitely can. It's not a big deal. Oh, it's always raining for the event. Wait, is it? Was it raining on the other ones for me? I want to go to the Ferris wheel. All the maps have rain. Okay, I just wasn't paying attention. I want to go to the Ferris wheel. All right. Well, let's start working our way around. Adapt, thank you for the 13 months, man. Shadow Peaks. Just got rid of 3 of them at once. Ay, caramba. All right, we're just gonna do a lap. We're gonna do a lap and get our shadow peeps, and after the shadow peeps are done, then we'll do the other stuff. The map is small enough that we can quickly do a lap and figure it all out. Yeah, I got 3 at once. Yeah, I want to get the lights on. The Espresso Express. The percolator. Oh my God. Let me back there, damn it. I want to see it. Looking forward to playing the update in the morning. The maps that they have done, like all the designs that they have done for the event have been pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, I'd say this is definitely a good sign for what is to come in the future. Anybody taking a poo up? Yep. Okay, what are y'all doing in the shower together, huh? Huh? Eh? We'll look at all the things. I'm just trying to go around and get rid of our friends. Okay. I think that's most of them. Open up the small tent. Oh my god. Are they... I was gonna say, there's like hiding spots. It's not gonna be in the small tent. It shouldn't be. Okay. Ah, there he is. Look at our friend. All right. Let's look around a little bit. Oh, there he is. Nice. So if you're looking for him, if you go over to the cornhole boards, he's sitting on the cornhole board. That's how you get the charm of the mascot. Yeah. I can't see the Taken being unblockable hiding spots. Yeah, I don't think so either. You found him in the toilet. Was he in a different spot for you? Yes. There's one. Look at the cardboard cutouts. Okay, that's cool. I'm kind of glad it's not in the same spot. Okay. So I wonder if the mask is in a different spot then. Like if it's on a different mannequin each time or something. I don't know. Ooh, found one. I hear another one of those guys. Is that a bear? I hear another one. Is there another one back here? Oh. Sneaky devil. You sneaky devil. All right. How many of those have I found? 2 or 3? The mask is also in a different spot. Very, very interesting. 2. Okay. 3. Oh, I love the carnival idea of it. I love it. But I want to go back there. 4. Are the shadow people dangerous? I don't think so. No. Oh, I heard that from here. 5. Oh. There's 6. There's 7. We'll look for the other dolls when we're done. I want to get these knocked out. I think I said 7. That should be 8. That should be 9. Probably not. I mean, I guess it could be back here. That's true. Yeah, I think I have 9 of them. Might be in one of the other tents. Or like in a spot that I didn't see before. I'm kind of surprised it's not over here. Kind of surprised. Did you cut the power, you piece of crap? No, you didn't. Okay. 9, 1 more to go? Yeah. Hey, what's that all about? Chill. And I'm pretty sure there's 10. Pretty sure there's 10. Check the tent door? No shot they would add it to the tent door, right? No way. No way. Oh, there's an arrow. What? 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 Okay. So I think that's all 10. Yeah, inside the blue tent. Yeah. All right, now we have 2 more dolls to find. I found one and it was inside of the blue tent. So I assume that the dolls, oh, there's one right there. I assume the dolls stay in the same place. Oh, it's like a jester. That's cool. Found that guy in the food tent. Okay. You wouldn't put a doll in the potty, would you? Cult of the word. You die here. I mean, I'd prefer not to. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, stop it, you sicko. Hey! Man, these ghosts are such buttholes. Like, what happened? Please no. Hi, HS and Brad. Hi, friends. Alright, did they stick one over here by chance? We'll do a little lap. Do a little lap. Hopefully one's not burning in the fire. I don't think so. I think we're okay. Carnival map now? Yeah, it gives my carnival vibes, which I love. I would love an actual carnival map, and maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is like the promise of, you know? You know what I mean? That would be nice. What you doing? Oh, breaking my lights because you suck and we hate you. So we found the pot there. Oh, you teleported the bear to me. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's work our way around. I didn't see it in the potty, so let's go to the red tent. Okay, nothing. Nothing in the bins, nothing in the boxes. Let's go back to Lover's Bench. I did. Oh. Oh, it doesn't even show up if the light's not even on. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. Why can I hit you? Interesting. Haunted Pilot, how are you? See, I wasn't even paying attention that these things are not there unless you get the lights on. Quit hitting yourself. Like, look at all that. It's super cool. It doesn't show up unless you do that. Belly Babe, thank you for the 10 months. All right. Let's think. Okay, where did I not look? Where did I not? Got it. Found it behind a box over here next to the orange. All right, so that's all 3 dolls. I think it's all 10 of my squigglies. Let's turn the lights on in these rooms too. Does that do anything? No? I don't think so. Maybe not. Okay, this one does. That's super cool. I love Coffee World. Every time I see Ghost, I just think of the movie. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're sold. I don't know what it is. We'll just, well, I can't call it a mirror because it turned on a light switch. So this one is totally one of the new ones. It's that guy right there. It's that guy right there. The blue tent has bears. Did I miss one of the things? Oh, I did. Oh my God. Yeah, there's 2 new ghosts. Yeah. Rawr. I love it. I love it. Have you had luck with the game? The game hasn't been crashing for me at all. Knock on wood. Yeah, it's been fine. All right. Well, let's get out of here. On to the last one. Only you can prevent forest fires. Don't they have like Smacky the Frog in Canada or something? There might be stuff that I miss here or there. A couple lights I miss turning on, seeing certain rooms, but we can always find them another time. There he is, Mr. Drippy Mascot. Oh yeah, we're putting that one on right now. So I'm not going to get anything because we are doing Friendly Ghost, but that's okay. I'm not worried about points. Not worried about points at all. Oh, you can see he's a little guy. It's a little hard to see, but he's right there. I wish we had a mirror or something better to see it with. That'd be super cool. All right. So we have done the diner. We have done Cauldron Lake. We have done Coffee World. Last but not least, Elderwood Palace Lodge. Onward and upward, friends. Yeah. I guess we'll see how this goes. Mitch Hedberg loved Smacky the Frog. Can you equip more than one at a time? No, you have to pick one. No, you have to pick one. So we need to find 20 words of power and we need to find 4 dolls. Okay. Let's go.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare
So,
accordingly before starting
Elderwood
the
Palace Lodge
investigation.
is the reskin for Bleasdale.
There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby.
20 and 4.
Must be
Yeah.
the reason that the ghost was summoned here.
Give. Anybody curious? We are doing this on Friendly Ghost just so that way we can take our time looking for all the stuff, and then I'll worry about doing point runs another time. So we have until like June 2nd to do all this. So it's totally fine. Elderwood Palace Lodge, where history meets hospitality. Or so they say. So we have 4 dolls to find. Hold on, is there an easier way for me to read this? The historic Elderwood Palace Lodge of Bright Falls. Ooh, isn't Bright Falls from Alan Wake? The building was constructed as part of one of the early settlements in the greater Bright Falls area. Built in 1898, the building has been both in private and public use through the years and has bravely stood the test of time. In 2015, it was carefully taken apart and relocated here in downtown Bright Falls, where it was rebuilt into its original glory log by log. The Elderwood Palace Lodge reopened in Bright Falls in 2016 and has served its customers faithfully ever since. Very interesting. That is from there. Okay, I thought so. I thought I remember hearing about that. Hello. Yeah, like look at all the walls. Now it's like a lodge. Let's go find, oh, look at the rug. All right, let's go see if we can get the power really quickly. I didn't see where the power was because I wasn't paying attention. So that's a mistake on my side. Look at all the different decorations and stuff too. Yeah, this is Bleasdale. Hi. Hi, excuse me. Excuse me, coming through, pardon me. Hi. Hey, God dang it, it's upstairs. You know what? This is what you get. That's what you get. Hey, what's up, Neve? Alright, we'll do these on our way back through. And then, we'll come back and we'll get Josie. That's my dog. And then once we get the power on, we can start turning the lights on, and that way we can get a better look at all the stuff and the things. Did the Obake book fix yet? Ooh, I don't know. I'll have to check. I haven't even said anything to them about it yet. Okay, see you later. you. All right. Now we got power. Now we're talking. All right, is there something different? Oh yeah, there was some goo on the ceiling. Oh, it's moving. Interesting. Okay, let's start downstairs and we'll make our way back up. Oh my God, is this supposed to be like ink? Oh, it's on the rug. Oh, they're never gonna get that out. There's goo all over the place. All right, now remember, there's 20. There's 4 dolls and 20 of the words of power. So we're gonna do our best. We'll find what we can. I'm probably gonna backtrack. I'm not gonna go room to room. I think I want to focus on one thing at a time. I'll focus on the words of power and the guys, and then we'll come back and look for the dolls. No, that's a hiding spot. They're not going to put it there. So we'll just work our way around the map. Yeah, we have 3 so far. 3. Hey. Oh, shit. It's a crime scene. Oh, there's footprints. There's a knife. I can't. What the hell is that? Oh, man. Holy night. Listen, dude, where are you? Would you shut up? Where are you? You're over here. I hear you. Shut up. We're busy. What do you have? A knife. Oh, there's so much goo all over the place. Many much goo to be had. All right. Hey, what you making? Rotten steak? Let's go. All right, no more dudes in here, but let's see. What? Ah, there you go. Found it. We had the ghost a knife. I don't know. Did they fix it? I found a lunchbox. So, for me, it was right here. They fixed the Obake book. Oh, it's back to its old glory. Oh, thank God. They fixed it. Yeah, I found the lunchbox charm. That's cool. Hi, Mr. Chinggis. How are you, sir? Okay, I think we found the goo to be had here. So let's go in here. Ghost. Shh. Shut up. Guys hanging out. Okay, bye. Hey, what you playing? I got it covered. I hear another one. It might be above me, though. Hey, any a-holes out here? No? All right. Oh, my God. Look at all the goo. Hold on. Look. When the light turns on. All right. Was there not one in this room? There might not have been. Oh, there we go. There is one. Side of the piano. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's work our way outside. How does the update work? Well, from what I can tell, your mission, if you're looking to get points, you need to not play on friendly mode, so that way you can actually earn event points. But what you do is you find these shadowy figures and you use this light that you get from the truck to get rid of them, and it gives you event points. At the same time, if you're trying to unlock the cosmetics that come from the event, you need... You're going to burst my light, aren't you? You sack of trash. So, anyway, rudely interrupted. You are trying to find dolls that are on the map, and you're also trying to find the words of power that we've been finding with a UV. Now, I could turn the light on back here, just in case. I don't know if that's going to help us at all. It might not. Up. We got some arrows. Hold on. Hold on. There it is. I see it right there. And the nice thing is, if there's arrows that are pointing you to one of the words of power, they disappear when you find it. Do you know if the ghosts are permanent? I'm assuming that they are, but I don't know for certain. We just assume that they are. That's not going to matter. That's a hiding spot. That's not going to be helpful. All right. We looked outside. We looked over there. We looked over there. We looked over here. I think we might be good to head upstairs. Because we've looked in each of the rooms. If there's anything we feel like we missed, we can always come back down. We still have the whole upstairs and we have the attic as well. So lots of places to look, but I probably should do this to preserve some power. New update indeed. Hey, don't chase me down with a ghost fart, you sack of trash. Hey, you better dissipate. You better dissipate. You better dissipate. I thought. All right, I saw, there it is. Oh, do I have to open it up? Oh my God. Okay, there's one in the bathroom. But we'll come back around. Oh. More crime scene photos. Look. Interesting. Okay, more goo. Oh, I hear a guy over here. We'll check for UV here in a second. Just longingly looking out the window as this guy's taking a crap. Your lunchbox was in the case room. See, I like that it's different. I like that it's not just as simple as like, hey, what room was it in? No, you have to go find it yourself. That's cool. I like that a lot. The dolls, I feel like, have been in the same place though. Those I feel like have not been random unless somebody says differently. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Yeah, there's a lunchbox you can find that'll unlock a charm that you can add to your ID card. All right, I'm assuming that means it is on the other side of the wall. So it's probably in the office. They reset to their... Oh, that is true. That is a really good point. Boner jam. What's over here? What you doing? Maybe not. Maybe it is in that room. Ooh, there's blood on it. Ooh. My UV is on, right? Okay, good. Hello, sir. Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go back into there because I don't see it in here. It's got to be over there. Oh my God, the pages are on the ceiling. Oh, what? What? I guess reflection, is that supposed to be like the mirror? Okay. But it's not really reflective. I really wish that it was. Oh, there is one in here though. We still have the arrow in here. Oh, there it is. The arrows are super nice. It is super helpful. Why guess there are multiple of you in the bathroom at one time. Explain yourselves. Explain yourselves. Oh, gross. Somebody inked in the tub. Lots of images everywhere, though. All right. Yeah, definitely gonna be one there. There we go. Let's see what's up here. Like I said, we're focusing on one thing at a time. You know what I mean? These guys don't they don't count. All the black looks kind of disgusting. A little bit. Little bit. We'll work our way back through for the UV. What? Oh, there you are. As I say, I know I hear you. Any other peeps up here? No? No, just more goo? Okay. Let's start looking for more of our stuff. There's one over here. Nice. Wish they would add another map with the update. I think that'd be too much at once. I'm cool with them adding another map, but just an eventually thing. Ooh. What? Oh, there it is. Let's say I was like, what the hell's the arrow pointing to? It was on the other side of the wall. All right, now here's the question. How many have I found? That's the question. What's going on here? Nothing. 19? Okay, so we're missing one. Okay. Now, one would assume that there would probably be a doll in the attic somewhere. So I think in the midst of looking for the last one on our way back down, we will do a quick little scan of the room to find said doll. There it is. Oh, what the hell are you? There's one. Now I'm looking for 4 of them. The event ends, I think, like the 2nd. Yeah, I think it's like the 2nd. Really gotta clean that. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay. I might need to start going room to room to look for these dolls. Oh, look, an apothecary. Let's start here while we're at it. You never know. Worth a look-see doodle. Nothing I can tell right away. Okay, turn that off. Go to the next one. If I missed it all, can I go back? I assume so. I assume you can go back as many times as you want to find them. Yeah. I assume. Play some chess. Did I see? I did see one. I was gonna say, I think I just saw one. Yes, I did. Oh my God. You shall not pass. Okay. Second doll found. It was next to the typewriter. I like that this, there's goo on the wall here. We'll just stick this one up here. Yeah, yeah. Look up. Oh, I've already looked up. Oh yeah, I saw the pictures, the goo, all the stuff stuck to the ceiling. Yeah, I've seen, yeah, I saw it. I've seen it. Yeah, there's goo all over the place. For sure. I think the dolls are spawning in the same place, and then the totem that you can find, I think, has been random. Can you open that door? It's a hiding spot. Because it can be locked, I presume that they're not going to put anything in that room that would be useful. That would be kind of sucky. Gaga, thank you for the 19 months. What up, homie? How are you? What it do? All right. So we're missing. I do have my UV on, right? Oh, hi, Frank. You good? Did one of your pins just fall down? Game running smoother. It's been fine for me. So we'll keep the UV on while we're looking for the doll, because then we might randomly spot what we're missing too. Highlighting the event, it's pretty cool. I love the idea that these maps have been like reskinned to be a certain theme. That's been cool. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Why am I streaming? Why are you on YouTube? What's up, Jonah? Sorry, talking to a child. One of mine. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. Oh, found another doll. Why are any of it? You know, that's a great question. I don't know. All right, there's number 3. Number 3. Have we found 3 upstairs? During lunch block? No, there was an update for the game that I play. That's why. Yeah. So I have found 3. There's got to be one downstairs. There has to be. There's no way they're going to put all 4 of them upstairs. No shot. No shot. Okay. I hear ya. Shush. I hear ya. Shush, shush. UV isn't on. Yes, it is. All right. Look on the shelves. We'll look on the table. We'll look on the windows. We'll look on the everything. Let's see if we possibly find. Oh, it's literally right there. That's the 4th one. Hi, Josie. Let's throw Josie outside. We'll take her back with us in a bit. Do you have to find them in a certain order? I do not think so. I think you just have to find them. And what we're guessing right now is that you have to find them all to solve the puzzles. Like you. Do I hear another guy? Oh, he might be on the porch. I hear him out there. All right, so if we're missing one. Hey, what's up, Sam? Was that sound for the mist form? I believe so. I believe so. I mean, my guess would be that I'm missing it outside somewhere. Porch? I mean, that would be the first one we've had outside of the map, right? I mean, it's possible, right? Do you know how to use the statue light that they give you in the van? Yeah, so whenever you find those shadowy figures, here, I can show you. We'll go to the front porch real fast. Because I definitely heard one of them out there on the front porch. So by getting rid of these, the shadow guys that you see that are hanging around, you get event points. So like this guy right here. Hi, friend. So when I hold right click, hey, I found one outside of the house. Joe. Wait, why can't I pick you? Oh, I have too many things. All right, so I found the 4 dolls. I found all 20 words of power. So I think that's it. Yeah. Should be. Should be everything. Yeah. And I found the lunchbox totem as well. It's a Josie. Hold on, let's get Josie all set up here. I don't know if I can get you straighter than that, Joe. Time to solve some riddles. Yeah, that's better. There she is. Look at that cutie. Okay. So they do provide you with 2 UV. I mean, I assume that these are just here just to let you know, like, hey, you need to go look for UV. That's basically like them trying to dummy proof it and hold use. So like my use for this, for me, is right click. So it's going to be obviously a little bit different if you're on console. But, all right, we're not worried about the ghosty. We're not worried about all that. But it's definitely Cormos. Definitely Cormos. Did you get a totem? Oh yeah, we found them all so far. Yeah, absolutely. We have found every single one. Yep, we have found all of them. Ah, the Moroi. What a butt. Look at that. Alan Wake's suit jacket, Alan Wake's dress shirt, Alan Wake's suit pants. So that means we found every single word of power. We found them all. So what I could do now, if I wanted to, is I could put on my Alan Wake fit. Fancy. Fancy. All right, so we have now found every doll. Now, if we recall, oh gosh, dang it. If we recall what it said on the event board, so we look here, we can see, found them, found them, found them, found them. We have found everything. We have found all the things. If we go look at this, the reason I'm not getting more points is because on the diner, we did a professional hunt, so I actually got points for it. The other ones, I wanted to do friendly so we could just find all the stuff. So we'll obviously do other stuff later, but this one is done. Find dolls and solve doll puzzles, and there's 3. There is 3 to solve. So we assume that it has to do with this.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me, in more ways than one, but a moose steak is never a mistake.
That's true. That's what they say. So he shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. So he shot the moose. I wish I could. Can I? I can't do 2 at once, can I? Oh. So he shot the moose in the woods.
He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. We laughed, but he set us straight. The deer is dear to me, in more ways than one.
Hold on.
But a moose steak is never a mistake.
There we go. 200 IQ. Now we can just go over here and peek at this real quick without having to look at the damn thing or hear it every single time. He shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. So he shot the moose in the woods, but he did not shoot the deer. Is this supposed to be a deer? So a deer is mentioned. We'll just put a deer over here for now. Okay. He took the deer to his house, and there he made her his wife. Took the deer to his... Hey! Hey! Oh, don't do this to me.
When we are young, we dance in the sun. Then years of toil and family, in the house we suffer quietly. In our twilight years, we make our way to the sunken shore, and we journey across the sea of night, the dreaming sea, as we surrender to the waves.
Ooh. When we... When we are young, we dance in the sun. When we are young, we dance in the sun. Okay. Hold on. Let me try. Can I do this again? Is this possible? Yeah, let's go. When we are young, we dance in the sun. We have a jester. We've got, they're definitely old. I mean, I'm just thinking like young. Like that's definitely young. Young dance in the sun. Then years of toil and family in the house, we suffer quietly in our twilight years. We make our way to the sunken shore and we journey across the sea of night, the dreaming sea as we surrender to the waves. Interesting. Interesting. Now, the first puzzle we solved was literally the first sentence. Shrek, thank you for the 5 months, dude. Best thing of all the update is that it's still canon for the game. I'm a huge Alan Wake fan. Still think Alan Wake is probably top 5 horror thriller. Everyone keeps telling. I have never played it, but I definitely want to. Yeah, definitely want to. Years of toil and family in the house we suffer quietly. Okay. Is it you? We make our way to the sunken shore and we journey across the sea of night, the dreaming sea as we surrender to the waves. I wonder. Make our way to the sunken shore, we dreaming seas, we surrender. In the house we suffer quietly in our twilight years, we make our way to the sunken shore, we journey. Like, is it an age thing? Like, get older? Yep.
My time has come, and here I come to gift them with my love. An act of kindness and generosity to blow their heads figuratively and concretely. The whole sweet family as they summon me. The little girl first. I push her down the tree. Her neck snaps. A funny crack. I giggle with glee. The mother then starts with an ugly sound. I stab her in the eye. It makes her sigh and quiet down.
Is this
I save the father and the baby last. I don't want this to be over all too fast.
Scratch?
He holds her close as he runs from me.
It says it at the bottom.
But I can still see them. I can still see. I fired the pistol only once. The bullet, it pierces more hearts than one. And this is my work of art, my magnum opus done. I'm Mr. Scratch, the devil, the trickster god. I step out of the dark. This is my time in the sun.
So Mr. Scratch is who takes over Alan Wake's body, basically, while he is trapped in the dark. When he is in the darkness, Mr. Scratch is a psychopath that takes over. Well, we have a little bit to unfold here. It's a lot of couple words. That's for sure. I'm not exactly sure how many that's. Oh God. Oh God. I'm so sorry, guys.
My time has come.
God damn it.
And here I come.
That's probably good enough. We'll have to hear it one more time. That's okay.
An act of kindness and generosity to blow their heads figuratively and concretely. The whole sweet family as they summon me. The little girl first. I push her down the tree. Her neck snaps. A funny crack. I giggle with glee. The mother then starts with an ugly sound. I stab her in the eye. It makes her sigh and quiet down. I save the father and the baby last. I don't want this to be over all too fast. He holds her close as he runs from me. But I can still see them. I can still see. I fired the pistol only once. The bullet, it pierces more hearts than one. And this is my work of art, my magnum opus done. I'm Mr. Scratch, the devil, the trickster god. I step out of the dark. This is my time in the sun.
My time in the sun. Mr. Scratch, the devil, Okay. My time has come, and here I come to gift them with my love, act of kindness, generosity, blow their heads figuratively and concretely, the whole sweet family as they summon me. The little girl first, I pushed her down the tree. So that, I mean, that makes the most sense. Girl, tree, right? Her neck snaps, a funny crack, I giggle with glee. The mother then starts with an ugly sound. I stab her in the eye. I don't know what this one is. Is it you? The mother. Oh, it's pregnant. Okay, are these new papers? Are these new?
Once, the handcrafted dolls had served another purpose and been involved in a case conducted by a different investigator. Now, the writer had hijacked and retconned them to serve this story. Maybe there was a deeper meaning to it, or maybe it was just a convenience of circumstances. The truth was beyond anyone's understanding. The investigator paused to consider the mystery of the pages. Their origin lay in darkness. Had they been written with the blessing of GHD? Somehow that felt unlikely, even if the company's past was also shrouded in darkness.
Ooh. Okay.
The investigator scanned the room with the UV light. As foretold on the page, an uneven spiral of words emerged, glowing in the violet dimness. Rational mind could not make sense of it. It came across as nonsense. It was the stuff that dreams are made of. And as such, it held within it great power and hidden meanings that were hopelessly lost in translation as they traveled across realities to seep out here. Only its writer knew what it meant, and there was a fair chance that he too was barking mad.
He too was barking mad. So, what is the... I'm a little bit confused. Hey, look at that. We got the boots. I mean, we got her outfit. So we got the sweater, we got the jeans and the boots and the FBI jacket. Oh, FBI, open up. Let's go. Game on. Game on. Super cool. Now it's said to look around with a UV. But there isn't, unless I can open, can I open the case? Oh man, that would have actually been a 200 IQ move. Allow you to get the UV from the case. No, there's no UV in the truck. Can I shut the door? Oh, you can boop it. You can boop it. I think it's talking about the words of power in the map, the way that we were finding it with the UV. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused. I mean, I guess this was just here because this is where the paper was showing up, right? Had UV in the lobby somehow. What? Am I like, do I need to leave and come back? Because I do not have UV in the lobby. We've had UV in the lobby in the past. Yeah, that was a long time. I mean, it was a while ago. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Once, the handcrafted dolls had served another purpose and been
spot,
the investigator scanned the room with the UV light. As foretold on the page, an uneven spiral of words and something had shifted. The investigator saw immediately. Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
No, nothing. What's extra interesting about it is that there are dolls that are here that we did not touch, that were not a part of it at all. So that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. I was expecting to use every one of them, and we definitely did not. All right, let me, just in case, let me try something.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
I just want to see. Yeah, I don't know if there's more to it or if that's it. I'm not sure. The shadows. Oh yeah, it's right there. You see it? Yeah, it's an owl. It's an owl up there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if like once you solve the doll puzzles, like then you're good to go, you're good to rock, or if there's more to it. Because like, would all the dolls still be here? Would they be gone when you figure something out? Probably more with the last couple objectives in the event. Well, you see here, reveal the words of power and find the dolls and solve the puzzles are done. That's finished. I'm done with those. Personal points, so we just got to get those to unlock the angel lamp charm, which we'll do, and then the community points from everybody playing. Yeah, there must be more. I mean, there might not be. I mean, we might just be reading into it too much. Is that a new ID card? It is. It is. You get it as soon as you play the event. As soon as you play the event, you get it. Yep. And then once we complete the community stuff, then we'll get more. Hotel map? I think a hotel map would be too big. I think that'd be too much. Too much. Try putting the paper backwards. I have a feeling that's not going to do much for us. I think the event is really cool. I do like the event a lot. Did they make the community points harder to finish for the event? I would assume that they would, or that they should, because it was just, we were finishing it way too fast before. Yeah. Missing one doll in Grafton. I have the one where the monkey paw usually is. The one from the doll room. Where's the last one? The attic. When you go to the attic and you go past the plate that you can usually, people will like carry a lot of items on. It's like the second table on your left. Maybe the papers need to go in order. I don't know. I mean, the fact that that chalk thing is still here is interesting. Maybe it does need to go in an order. Maybe it does. Like, maybe like that guy needs to be on top.
Something had shifted. The investigator. Once, the handcrafted dolls had served another. The investigator scanned the room with the UV light. As foretold on the page, an uneven spiral of words emerged. Once, the handcrafted dolls had served another purpose and been involved in a case conducted by a different investigator. Something had shifted. The investigator saw immediately. Ghost hunting contracts for GHD were always strange, but this was something else. Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
I don't think so. It could be. I mean, if there is more
the
to it,
handcrafted
I would
dolls
love
had served
to know.
another purpose
I
and
just
been
don't
involved.
think
The
that there. I
investigator
just don't
scanned
think
the
there
room with
is.
the UV light. Something had shifted. The investigator saw immediately. The investigator scanned the
Like,
room
I'll do
with
it
the
for
UV
the
light.
memes.
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
Yeah, like doing it for the memes, but like there's nothing that's happening. What's up, Noel? So what? Oh yeah, what did I unlock all the charms? That's a great point. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, the thermos. We got to go find it. We got to go find it. I'm assuming it's at the diner and I never found it. Let's go. Nope, absolutely not. We're not letting that happen. Not on my watch. Let's go find it. I have figured everything else out on this map. We literally just need to go find the thermos real quick. Yeah, I didn't even realize that there were charms that you could find by walking around the map. So that was information for me. That was new. We shall not be beaten. What were the other ones? You found a coffee pot at Camp Woodwind. You found a lunchbox at I'm saying Bleasdale, but you know what I mean, like the event map. And then what was the other one? Sorry, I'm like trying to focus up. Hi, hey, how are ya? Good to see ya. Hey, how are ya? Hey, how's it going? Good to see ya. Oh, the deer mask. Thank you. Grafton. The Grafton reskin. If you go there, I found a mask on a mannequin. All right, we're looking for a thermos. You know what? I bet these guys want to listen to Dusty's Trail. Okay, there's so many of you. Would you guys please just shut up? Shh. Shh. Quiet. Shut up. Quiet. should probably find the power first. Missing the thermos in the lunchbox. I'm just missing the thermos, which it could be out in the open somewhere. I just didn't notice it last time or pay attention. All right. We just got to follow the path to Dusty's trail. We'll be fine. But yeah, if you guys haven't gone around and turned the lights on to look at these rooms, you should. You should. Yeah, I saw a picture of the thermos. I did see the image of it. It looks kind of like that. Mine was literally in between the wet floor sign. Wish you could wear the mask on your face. That would be cool. Mimi, thank you for the 3 months. There were numbers. Oh, were there really? Oh. All right, hold on. Let's get out of here. Yours in. I like that it's in different places. The charms, that's on you. You can't ask anybody, hey, where do I find it? The only thing they can tell you is you go to this map and you find it. They can't tell you what room it's in because it apparently is randomly placed everywhere. All right, well, we have EMF 5, which makes this a miling, so let's get out of here. So the dolls are in the same place. The little like charms you find are random.
Welcome back.
Pocket.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Thermos. Nice. Oh, ads are playing too. You said you saw numbers on the pages?
Once, the handcrafted dolls
you
had served
did.
the investigator scan the room with the UV light. As foretold on the page, something had shifted. The investigator saw immediately. Phasmophobia by
Wait.
Alan Wake. The investigator scanned the room with the UV light. As
I'm missing the
foretold on
first
page,
3 pages?
An uneven spiral of
Would you shut up?
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
Well, no, wait, hold on, wait. Oh yeah, I have 1. Oh yeah. So I have that, right?
Something had shifted.
Yeah, there's 1.
Phasmophobia by Alan Wake. The investigator scanned the room with the UV light.
We're missing 2 and 3.
As foretold on
Not
the page,
page 3.
an
We're missing
uneven spiral of Phasmophobia by Alan Wake.
We're missing pages 2 and pages 3. Okay. I'm gonna start looking around now. Because what if they're hidden around the lobby? I mean, it'd be a cool idea. Or it'd be really, really trolly to have that happen and you can't find them. Are they gotten by completing the event objectives? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they could be linked to that stuff, I guess, but there's just no indication that it's linked like that. Yeah, there's nothing anywhere. So I don't know. I don't know. It's sort of like that old trick that people used to do where they would release 3 pigs into a school and they would number them like 1, 3, and 4. That's what this feels like right now. The event goes on until the 2nd of June, I believe. So yeah, we have pages 1, 4, and 5. So we're missing 2 pages, and I don't know if we're randomly going to get them when we complete the event. No, I found all the words of power. Nope, I found them all. Yeah. So my words of power and solving the doll puzzles, those are done. Possibly the top 2 objectives. Maybe when we complete those, we will actually get a page. So like maybe if I get enough points, then I unlock the angel lamp charm and then all of a sudden a new page shows up. Because that would make sense, actually. That actually would make sense. Because I completed this and I completed this, we got 2 new pages. And I got pages 4 and 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know how many points this takes, but I'm fairly certain we got like 19 points off of 1 hunt. But I couldn't... out of curiosity here. Wait. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's go to... Do I want to do the diner? Yeah, let's go to the diner. Let's try a quick 10-12 and see how many points we get. Thermos in the lunchbox. The thermos you find somewhere inside of the diner, and then the lunchbox you find inside of Bleasdale. But they're randomly placed. They're not in the same place for everybody, so you just have to go find them. Checkster, thank you for the prime, man. All right, give me headlamp, give me crucifix, give me smudge. I'm really hoping that the ghost is just super, super obvious. That is our plan for this one. We are just really hopeful that it's super stinking obvious. I can hear these jerk holes already. They're so loud, man. I think that's going to be the one thing I don't like. Jesus Christ. I'm stuck. Okay, we're fine. All right, I'm gonna quickly go get a flashlight so we can see a little better. Paid actor, I'm not upset. Not upset at all. Give me this so we can hit these idiots as we're walking by too. And give me another smudge. Okay. Maybe the devs be super mean and have the pages and the maps somewhere. Oh, man. I mean, oh, that'd be cool, though, I get. Oh, there's nobody in there. There we go. Might as well get some more event points over here. Where's Ghosty starting from? Hey, what up, Shawshank? Love it. Does the light the light thing does take up an inventory slot? Yes. We're just waiting for our friend to hunt again so we can get a better look at him. Oh, hey. Stay back! I command thee! Homie's got an axe. Alright, let's do a quick lap. Super quick lap. Hit the ones we see on our way out. All right, it's a deal. Let's go. Let's see how many points we get for this one. It's a cool idea for a ghost model. Yeah, especially with it being relative to Alan Wake. That's super cool. The new items, the new stuff. It gives it a whole new feel. I dig it, man. I dig it a lot. All right, Dio. Let's see how many points we get. How do the animation fixes look in your opinion? They've been looking good. Yeah, they've been looking really good. There might be only a couple things here or there that I've noticed.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready
My
for you.
little Dio. I got 38 event points for that because I did this on a 10-12 multiplier and we found all those peeps. And now I'm at 31%. Nice. So realistically, depending on how I play, I mean, I had 19 from a single map, like 19% from a single map. It would probably take me 6 or like 5 or 6 investigations, maybe 8 or 9. So I guess it just depends. I don't know how I got 19% on the first one. I guess I probably got more. On the first one, I went around and got every single shadow thing. And I also did the objectives, I think. So yeah. Can you play this event with Friendly Ghost? You can go around and find all of the... I'm going to mute the music. You can go around and find all the words of power, and you can get all the dolls and solve the puzzles and do all that on Friendly Ghost. You're not going to get any community points, though. So you will not earn community points or personal points with Friendly Ghost. It has to be at least one-time multiplier. Yeah. And to complete the puzzle, what you need to do is you need to look at the pages, first find all the dolls, and then after you find all the dolls, which I don't know if you necessarily do have to find all of them, but we did. I assume you do. But once you find them, then you take the page and then you try to match up what goes where with the chalk. So basically just follow the story and then take the characters and put them where they belong. Yeah. Yeah. Super freaking cool, man. This is pretty freaking cool. Now, some of these dolls, like I said, I didn't use. Like, I didn't use half of these. Like, I didn't use that. I didn't use that one. I assume it's the same pages for everybody and they're not different. Yeah. After the event, you got to play Alan Wake 2. I want to play them both. I want to do both the first and the second one. Not just the second one. I would love to do it linear so that way I can get the full story of the first one and then follow to the second one. Yeah, I was just having time. Listen, if they wouldn't leave like a CRT in the lobby when they're done, like I'd be okay with that. Like leave that big boy right there in the corner. Super cool with me. Both are awesome. They look really cool. They might. So right now what we're guessing, which I'm not going to do right now, but we will work on. Right now I have pages on the table. I have the cover. I have page 1. I have 4 and I have 5. And if you go and look over here at the event, you can see that I've completed this one and this one. So if you think about page 1 that I already have, right? Possibly page 2, page 3, 4, and 5. So right now what we're thinking is when we complete the community points, we get the other page, page 2. When you complete the personal one, you get page 3. So this is going to be the true test. If I complete this and get another page, then that's the way. What does the charm at Nell's? You can actually see what they look like. If you go to your customization page and you go to the ID card and you go to the tags, it's locked, but you can still, well, maybe you can't see it that well. This is what it looks like. So you have a mask that you find at Grafton, a lunchbox at Bleasdale, the coffee pot at Camp Woodwind, and then you have the thermos that you find at Nell's. And obviously the maps have been renamed, so you just have to go with which one is which. So Nell's Diner is there, Grafton, Camp Woodwind, Bleasdale. Yeah, this is the way. But I like it a lot. The event is super cool. I gotta be honest though, I have a feeling those little shadow guys are gonna get on my nerves. So I'm gonna wanna find them fast. So if you're playing with multiple people, I think that's the move. You have one person go around and just hit all those hit all of the, what are they called again? What are the shadow guys called again? There's a name. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Taken. Is it the Taken? The Taken or just Taken? Taken. Yeah. So you go around, you find the Taken, you hit them with the light, which if you're confused by what I'm talking about, the light, when you go into the van and those maps, you're going to get an angel lamp, and that is what you use to get rid of them, and you hit the use button. So go around, do that, and have the other person go find out where the ghost is. And then that way you can just work in tandem. Work in tandem. Yeah. Yeah. So I like it a lot. This is super cool. I'm excited to see if there's anything else with the event, but I'm also excited for the future of events because they did a really great job at fixing a lot of the stuff that people had a problem with. They came out and apologized, which was freaking awesome. They owned up to what happened. And then they came out with this, which is super freaking cool. All the maps decoration wise is awesome. All of them are awesome. I love it. Is it playable? It's been playable. It has not been unplayable for me yet. Do you get a trophy event like the Easter one? I don't think so. No, you don't get a trophy. No, when we beat it, we get ID card and a badge. So as soon as we beat it, when we get the community points that we need for it, then it's good. Are there going to be more event maps? I don't think so. I would assume no. The reason I say that is because I'm already done all the Words of Power and all the find dolls and solve the doll puzzles. I don't think they're going to add more. No. So if you don't want to play an event map, if you don't want to go and hear the shadow guys and have the new ghost model or whatever, you can just play any of the other maps and it's fine. Scared to play it now. Get scared and oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But this is an awesome event, man. I think this is such a great collab and they did such a good job. I had no idea what to expect. So I love all the work that they put into it. It looks super cool. I can't wait to run around some of these maps with others. It's awesome, man. I dig. I freaking dig. Did they fix restricted? I believe so. Yeah, it should actually be restricted now. Here, you want me to show real fast? Here, let's, hold. Where's my custom? Is it this one or this one? This one. Here, we'll go look real fast. Of course it's raining. What the hell? There you go. It's been fixed. Where's Doc? He's probably lurking. That's why we have a blood moon. Yeah, it's fixed. Blocked, blocked. So Ghosty would be down this way. Oh, it's in the middle. Oh, boo. Boo. Let's find it. Let me out. Son of a bitch. Courtyard. Oh, there he is. Come, friend. Come. Come, come. Did the bugs get addressed? They did. And they put out a big list. They put out a big old list addressing everything. There's our blood moon friend. He's cheating because he's skipping through shit. Look at this. Look at them cheat. Look at them cheat now. So that's something new that they have to address. The ghosts are able to walk through the steps, and they're able to walk through the podium. Holy shit. Dude, he is teleporting. Look at that. What the hell? He's such a cheater. He's such a cheater. I am a little curious about this, though. Nah, don't like it. It's still too far away. They definitely need to fix that. The cards being pulled so far away from your face, I don't like. They should be way closer. I'm not playing your games, dude. I'm not playing your games. wish to leave. I wish to be safe. Not today, demon. Go with one of the new ghosts. Got him. And still no full animation. No. No, those definitely aren't the end of the world. It's just things that we want to make sure that we take note of because they should be fixed. So it's more things. Listen, if you run into more stuff, you just need to make sure to be vocal about it like we have been and say, hey, I have a problem with this. This is still like, we still think that the journal is still pushed too far back. The tarot cards are being held a mile from your face. Yeah. I haven't gotten one of the new ghosts yet. No, I have not. I think what I'm more than likely going to do is we're probably going to call it for the day because I just wanted to do the event this morning because I have work stuff to do during lunch, after lunch, all the things. But I wanted to get on here and do the event. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's 2 new ghosts. If you haven't seen them yet, there's 2. The Aswang, whatever, sure. Rumored to gorge itself on blood and corpses. The Aswang is feral, yet capable of blending into urban environments. When they spot their target, they become faster in pursuit. So because it says it gorges itself on blood and corpses, I'm really wondering if when a player dies, if like it increases its power or something. I don't know. And then the Cormos, which this one is the ghost that I've kind of been asking for. Translating to the one who does not see, the Cormos is blind but uses its heightened hearing to hunt down victims. Cormos have incredibly strong hearing but are nearly blind. So I'm wondering how close you have to be to this ghost to actually see you. This I can't wait to run into. Can't wait. So it's going to be fun. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming. Tomorrow I'll be streaming tomorrow night for sure. So we'll definitely do the things. But for tonight or for today, we'll call it there. Apparently it physically can't see you, only hearing. Is that what they're saying? Like it can't see you at all? Or it's just you have to be really close? It's going to hear you're scared of farts when hiding the... It's going to hear you're scared farts. Good Lord. But guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning. I'm glad that we had the opportunity to check out the update. Tubes and Keek, thank you, friends. We're going to go and find someone to raid into. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the update yet, I would highly suggest. It is super freaking cool. Somebody asked me earlier what I want to see when it comes to like different IPs about maybe who they would partner with. And I think one I would love to see would be like Five Nights at Freddy's. I would love to see a Five Nights at Freddy's collab. I don't know what they would do, but that would be super cool. Thank you, Spooky. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to playing this with friendos. So that'll be super freaking cool. Yeah. The Diner reskin, if they did a FNAF collab, would like, oh, it'd be so freaking good, dude. It would be so good. All right, let me mute this. Let me go here. Let's see. There it is. Good luck with the stuff and the things. Thank you, friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll make sure if you guys missed it, I'll hopefully get a video out soon about the update. Shit, I still got to post the weekly. We have no change of a weekly, so I'm glad I did it and just got it over with. So that was nice. What I'll probably try to do is I'll probably post both the videos today. Yeah, I'll post the weekly soon, and then maybe a little bit later today I'll get the video posted for this. So we'll do what we can. All right, let's go raid. Friends, if you are a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. Creepy tier 3, you of course have your own. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate you guys showing up on days I don't normally stream. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Let us go say hi to a friend, a fellow Midnight Society member, and a homie, an absolute homie. But you guys are amazing. We are at $8,260 raised for St. Jude. When we reach 9,000, we pop another balloon that has something for me to do in it that I do not know. So we're working on it. We're working on it. No, you're amazing. You knock it off. Can you play each map more than once to get the taken each time? Yes. Yeah, that's part of the event. So anytime you go to the map, you can get the taken. Like you can hit them with the angel light every time. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you guys so much, man. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We're already we're damn near getting close to our effing monthly goal. Oh, a FNAF collab would be so good. I'm hoping that they're already like thinking about that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I love you guys. I will see you later. Make sure to check out the YouTubes. I will be posting the weekly soon, very soon. And then I'll post the other one later. All right, guys. Love y'all. Bye.